Ever found yourself looking in the mirror, wondering who or what you've become? All right, just play Reveille. That's good.
What's up?
Reveille, reveille, reveille. Drop your cocks and grab your socks. It's time for Through the Looking Glass. Hey.
Great. Sounds like a high school.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Is it? Are we live? Well, how come it's not on the page? I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to find this. I will refresh it for you. I did refresh it. You know what? This is a very technical thing. We have to bring in people with college degrees and advanced skill sets in the IT department.
Also, if we're live, why do I still feel dead inside?
Okay. Are you going to be a
I
downer?
thought Mike was going to answer me.
He's not like a...
You said he was a specialist.
So it's not on, is it? Are you sure? So there are people watching us right now, but we just can't watch ourselves, which is crazy because it's like that one rapper said. You said you better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
And protect your neck.
And I'm trying... Did he say that in the song?
Maybe different song, but same kind of... Oh my god!
Our guest coming up is playing audio in the background. You know what? It is hard. It's hard work running a podcast these days. A live streaming. I mean, this is basically like a TV show.
Yeah, without a television or scripts or.
I'm gonna fix your microphone.
Oh, look at this.
Never mind.
It's okay.
It didn't fit.
Gravity's on my side right now.
So let's give everybody an update. Last week we found out that during COVID you bought a puppy.
Well, during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I bought a puppy.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Named Squink.
Because there's the way we tell time now. It used to be like BC and AD.
Right.
But now it's BC and AD. It's before coronavirus and after coronavirus.
Well, yeah. I guess right now we're DC, just during it.
Oh, okay. And so that's the chat. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, nobody's watching. That's what's happening.
Well, okay.
Oh, 10 people.
Well, we are eagerly awaiting all their comments. I've been criticized for reading YouTube comments.
By who?
By a lot of people. Tony Hinchcliffe, one of the guests that we'll have on today.
I thought he was one of them.
He said that I am an idiot for reading comments. Personally, I think that everyone says just really nice, polite things on the internet. That's what I've found. And
Same.
so I get a kick out of it. But anyway, as I was saying, so it used to be before Christ and then after the arrival of, I don't know what AD stood for.
After death.
That's not true because then we'd have 33 years that we weren't accounting for.
Yeah, that's like the DJ during Jesus.
Oh, okay.
There's like before Christ, and then there's the during Jesus time, which I hear was pretty cool, and then there's after he died.
Do you think that the time of Jesus was pretty cool? I mean, I've read the Bible. There was a lot of bad stuff going on then.
Well, I know about all his magical powers, but he might have been quite an asshole if they killed him.
I don't think that's why they did it.
You're like,
Jesus was a cool dude. He was all like, "Hey man, you just got to be nice to people and like look, this blind person, I'm gonna make them see again."
The blonde?
Blind.
Oh, I was like, yeah, I was raised half Wiccan. How about you?
You don't just breeze. Don't just breeze past. I was raised half Wiccan. Does that mean you can kind of cast a spell?
Yeah, just half a spell.
You just half a spell? Like you can, and if you put a love potion on me, I'd just like you a lot.
Yeah, that's what I did.
We'd just be like really good friends.
That's how I'm here right now.
So anyway, you have a puppy. I was playing golf with your boyfriend. Are people allowed to know that you have a boyfriend, or do you do the internet where it's like they're not? I'm gonna lose followers if they find out they can't like hook up with me or something.
If there's someone out there who's like, oh, I'm unfollowing now because she has a boyfriend, then they probably didn't like my comedy.
Can I just say that one Santos one said every hotel I stay in, I put the Bible in the fridge just to prove Jesus was cool.
Oh, that's nice.
That's pretty good. We gotta give him a lick. Is it called I know you do licks on a guitar.
Yeah.
Is it a lick on the harmonica?
Sure. I think any kind of musical sting can be a lick.
But musical what?
Sting?
Sting?
Yeah.
A sting or a thing?
A sting. Like a lick.
Like we're just going in circles now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Like
you taught your dog how to pretend like you shot him? Is that something that you did?
Yeah.
And
I go, freeze, police. No, I I say dodge a bullet and she can roll over.
that okay. Here's what's always got me about things like that is like what do you do? Because dogs are, I mean, they're smart for animals,
Sure.
but they're still dumb compared to humans. So like, how do you teach them to like do stuff like that?
Food.
That's it.
Food.
That's what my grandmother did with me. And
Yeah. See, that's how you learned how to dodge a bullet.
Yeah, you'll see. In the Marine Corps, they were like, here's a donut, now dodge a bullet.
It took a while. If anybody listening actually is like wanting to learn, because a lot of people are getting puppies right now, you want to kind of take a piece of their food or training treats or whatever and get them to slowly turn their head back. And once they start making that motion, that's like give them the treat, and you just slowly work your way to maybe helping them roll over.
Okay.
It took weeks.
Weeks.
Yeah,
That's
like,
a lot. That's a lot
training.
of commitment.
Yeah.
I don't think I have that in me. I don't think I could ever have a puppy.
Yeah. Well, can you play an instrument or?
You
Can
know
do
what?
anything talented?
You know, this became very judgmental from you. I'm not used to this side of you. You're normally
I
like
had
a really
long
sweet
week.
person.
I worked.
I heard that your boyfriend told me she has a boyfriend. Guys, sorry. You were
I
working.
have 3 followers out there.
You were working on a beauty product commercial, right?
Yeah, I was working on this commercial.
What were you doing? It obviously wasn't as a consultant.
I was an office PA, production assistant, and I haven't worked in about 5 months.
Yeah.
And after this 1 week of work, I'm ready for 5 months off.
You're
You
ready
feel
to
me?
take another break.
All right, I need to calm down. This is my first day off. But it sucked. You know, there's COVID officers on set now.
I was told to ask you about the compliance officer for
Yeah.
COVID. Yeah. What were they doing?
Real bitch.
Is that it? Just real bitch.
Yeah, she was like.
If you're gonna accuse someone of being fucked up, you gotta like give a good reason.
Well, it was, you know, the type of people who think they have to act like an asshole for
Yeah.
people to respect them.
Yes.
When
That's women mostly.
I guess
Yeah.
in reality, nobody wants COVID.
Have you worked in like a corporate environment much?
A little bit.
Yeah. For some reason, listen. I'm a what do you call people that like women?
Straight man.
No, like when you're like they deserve to vote and stuff.
Human.
No, you know when you're like let's like treat them with respect and stuff.
Good guy. Great guy.
A women's
Good quality.
a feminist. I'm a feminist.
Oh,
That's-
when you believe that men and women should be treated equally. That's the
I mean, I
definition.
didn't say I was extreme. I'm just saying like, yeah. I mean, I'm not militant or anything like that. But
revelry.
but I've worked in a lot of corporate environments, and like a lot of women in like positions of power do come off kind of like, you know, like, hey, relax. You don't got to be so mean.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of other women in power there that were really cool. You're acting like a real woman in power right now, Mitch.
I want to bring our first guest on.
All right, I love that.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Our first guest. He is the host of the 500 podcast. You can hear him as one of the characters on F is for Family, and he was also the creator of the goddamn Comedy Jam. Let's give it up for Josh Adam Meyers, everybody.
And I'm coming.
Oh,
Well, I thought you were doing
sorry.
like
I
a Bob
one,
Dylan
one thing.
Yeah.
You're not allowed. We talked beforehand. You're not allowed to sing.
What are you doing, man?
It's
You-
like, Jamar Neighbors isn't allowed to say the N-word. You're not allowed to sing, and Tony Hinchcliffe is not going to be allowed to say anything mean about me today. So we're just making it as difficult as possible.
Dude, I'm Legolas, and you're taking away my bow and arrow, man. That's how I kill, bro.
Wait,
that's how I can
You're
do.
you do a Lord of the Rings reference?
Yeah, I was thinking hard of what reference to go with, and for some reason he just popped into my head, and I was
got
like
it.
bow and arrow.
You could have said the Green Arrow, right?
Yeah, or I could have said Hawkeye. I could have, but if that's what I was saying, but I could have said Rambo, and I could have done bow and arrow that way.
Laura Croft.
There was a lot of choices, dude, but also sometimes doing the random reference that's deeper, and also Orlando Bloom as like an elf is kind of funny and ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? So I feel it was apt.
I have a bunch of trivia that no one would ever care about. So when they're walking through the snow on Lord of the Rings, if you watch the elves, they don't leave footprints in the snow.
Whoa.
Because they're so light-footed.
That's so adorable.
Is this for real?
Yeah, this is for real. Go back and watch it. I used to spend all of my time
in Middle Earth. I'm an escaped hobbit.
No, IMDb has trivia, but they also have. They used to have comments, and you could go on IMDb and you could discuss the movies with people and stuff like that. But hold on, before we go any further.
Yeah.
Do you suffer from RLS?
Restless leg syndrome?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought they cured that.
Probably. Yeah, I'm moving my leg a little bit.
Just move the blanket.
I love that you use the clinical term.
I know.
RLS.
What are you talking
I've got a great RLS doctor.
But you didn't know exactly what I was talking about.
Restless leg
That's why I
syndrome, baby.
used it.
Yeah, it's like I'm just trying to get the anxiety out.
Now we both look like we know what we're talking about.
Is Chubby Checker doing this show and just shake, rattling, and rolling?
Oh, sorry. I had one question that I wanted to ask you to start this off. You're Jewish?
I am.
Is Meyers a shortened form of like Meyerowitz?
I
or
think
something?
a long time ago it was Meyerowitz. Not
You changed it for Hollywood, yeah?
Say what?
You changed it for
No,
Hollywood.
I didn't change anything. It was changed like when they came from Russia over to America. Like so here they were just Meyers. And as far back as I can remember of my family that was here in America, it was Meyers, no Meyerowitz. Yeah, so I'm a Jew.
Myersburg, Meyerstein.
No, there's Myerswitz, Myerskowitz, something like that. Witz is better.
And I found out because I was listening to your podcast. You said your mom was Jewish, so you're like the real deal.
Yeah, my whole family's Jewish. Like here's the thing about me and Judaism is that at a very young age, I didn't want to read Hebrew. It's very hard.
Yeah.
And I have horrible ADHD. I had a stroke there. I have horrible ADHD and RLS. I have ADHD, RLS. LGBTQ.
So we got a Jew, a Christian, and a half Wiccan here.
Boy,
that's how I requested it in my writer, by the way. No, but I never connected. Here's the deal. I connect with other Jews in the sense that I see a Jew, just like if a black guy sees another black guy, he's like, yeah, he gets it. Like,
but they
he gets
can
my
tell.
story.
They can always tell.
I can tell.
Black dudes can be like, oh, there's a black guy. And you'd be like, how did you know? And then they'd be like, are you stupid? But like for Jewish people,
they're just blind.
You don't necessarily know. So like some of them, because there's all different kinds.
Jews have a look. I look Semitic. I have Semitic looks. You just might not see it. Also, I don't have like a nose. I've been told I have a perfect nose. Perfect.
I was gonna say that's the only thing that looks Jewish about you.
I would sing a song about racism right there, but I'm not allowed to sing.
You can absolutely sing. Let's hear it. Give us a good
2, 3, 4. He's racist. He's racist. He's got his southern roots. He can't shed them now. He's racist. He's racist.
I don't think that I've. First of all, that is my theme song. That is my new theme song.
He's got southern roots. He can't shake them now. He's racist.
Okay, you killed the.
Listen.
We need like a blues lick on the. We need like a good blues lick on the harmonica.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a harmonica song. The Axe.
Did you ever listen to Blues Traveler?
Only like in the womb.
Yeah, I did.
I forget how young you are.
How old is she?
How old are you?
You
You're like,
know this, Mitch.
why? Why do I know this?
I'm 30.
You're 30.
Yeah, I'm not that young.
So, and you're 39?
I'm 40.
And I just turned 40 as well. So,
dude.
Whoa.
Welcome to the club.
oh, someone said
I felt that exhale, by the way.
Someone said if you were wearing a robe, we might be able to tell that you're Jewish more.
You want to see my ding-a-ling, my scoodly-doo? Yeah, I never got bar mitzvahed. I kind of, because my parents, we didn't have a lot of money, but really it was just, I just didn't want to learn Hebrew. So I was like, please, like, don't make me have to learn this. And then I went to Israel when I was 21. I went to Birthright.
That's where they, like, you can take a free trip. And the whole point of it is so that you hook up with another Jew.
Whoa.
It's like, hey, y'all start fucking and making more Jewish kids and shit.
Well, I think it's that, and they want us to move to Israel. It's called Aliyah. And dude, it's the biggest scam running. Like, it's a free trip. Everything's paid for.
Yeah.
It's all kids your age from like, I think it's from like 18 to 25. Whoa. Dude, it's like, it's all like, there's rich Jews, poor Jews, black Jews, Asian Jews, all different types of Jews, and everybody's horny as fuck.
Yeah.
And we do shit during the day, and then we get drunk at fuck at night.
Dude, if there was a trip like this for rednecks where they just rounded us up and sent us to Alabama to go like mud riding and shit, I'd be like, I want to go on my birthright every year.
You should 100% do that joke on stage.
Yeah.
You should take that premise. That's a really funny bit. You talk about birthright and be like, wow, they have that shit for us fucking rednecks. And then you fucking go into it. Applause break. They carry you out of here.
I can't wait to be carried out
by
the audience.
It's going to take a long time. It's by 2024.
I'm going to need a lot of audience members too.
Yeah.
So
You're not big boy.
I'm big.
You're not a big boy. There's big boys. Ralphie May was a big boy.
Yeah.
He was.
You got some chunk, but
Jeff Ross. I did roast battle one time, and Jeff Ross called me Ralphie Maybe.
fuck.
That was the best one I've heard.
That's fantastic, actually.
Yeah. So your career.
Let's talk about it.
So you started something in LA called the Goddamn Comedy Jam. This was like your first big thing, right?
It was the first big project that I produced, and like
because it started off as a show, just like where were you doing it?
So there was a dude when I first started doing stand up. It was Sunday nights were the open mic here. It was Sundays and Mondays were the open mic. We'd come to the open mic, and then me, Ange, Gerard, Byron, Tony, all of us would go to the Unknown Theater, which is this little theater on Santa Monica and Seward.
Right,
and it was fucking like it was this great comedy show that most people didn't watch, but people showed up for the hang.
Right.
The hang was like phenomenal, and it would go to like 4 or 5 in the morning, and the guy that owned the theater had all these instruments, and people would pull it out and jam. And then the two girls that were running it, Sarah Tiana and Laura Valdivia, dropped it, and then I took it over and brought this band in to be like the backup band. And it just kind of like evolved. And then we did it. Then the theater closed down. We did it again at this other place called Marika that sucked balls. Like the location sucked. The lady that owned the place was fucking nuts. But that was the first time we called it the Goddamn Comedy Jam. And I saw comedians singing, and I saw because when the band's up there, people just are inclined to fucking do shit. And you would see the reactions. And then I just sat on the idea of comedians doing a song after their set, and I let my stand-up catch up. So I started doing, like, I got, like, New Faces and started doing JFL, and then after, I just had this very depressing moment where I had started to get stuff, but shit had kind of, like, mellowed out, and I was like, man, I want to do something fun, or I want to move to New York, and then I was like, I'm going to do that show, and then I came up with the show idea. I told somebody, his producer, he was like, dude, we got to do it.
And then he stole your idea.
Well, no. but what he did was he put the fire into my ass to fucking, he was like, I want to produce a show. I want you to host it. And I'm like, well, I got this idea. And he goes, dude, that's great. And I'm like, and I swear to God, it'll never work. And then the next day I'm here at the store. And I'm up in the belly room and Burr's on stage, right?
Yeah.
And I had known Burr from the Unknown Theater. He had jammed there a few times. Chris Porter brought him. And Burr gets off stage, and it's the end of the show, so everybody walks up and starts, like, kissing his ass. Like, oh, my God, you're the best. I fucking love you. He sees me randomly and makes a beeline over to me, and he's like, dude, I started playing drums again. He's like, we should jam. excuse me, we should jam. And I'm like, I got this show idea. I pitched him the idea. He goes, I love it. I tape my special in June, set it up for July. And it's just been off to the races since that moment. Because you know what it's like trying to do anything in Los Angeles, especially a show. You have the risk of like, dude, it's like so many shows. Nobody's going to go to it. Where's the audience? When you have someone like Burr on the first one, it was the perfect storm, and the band and everything. And it was.
I mean, really, you couldn't fail at that point.
We sold it out.
If you did fail, wow, that's just, you might as well give up.
But I think when it comes to ideas that you create, you know immediately if it's going to work.
Yeah.
You believe in it. And I knew it, and that's why I sat on it, because I wanted to wait until I was ready to do it. You know, if I would have tried to do it in my 20s or even in my early 30s, I think it would have. I don't think I would have been ready to handle the responsibility, the pressure of something that gets that massive. Because, dude, at one point, it was Roast Battle and the Jam.
Right.
Those were the shows. The hangout, the hangout at Roast Battle was this is the packedest the most club had ever been in years.
Yeah.
And then the hangout at the goddamn Comedy Jam was, I mean, dude, the show was packed, and then the party afterwards was even better. And it just. Everybody started showing up to it. Every comic wanted to do it because every comic fucking didn't like it's the idea of singing after your set. You get nervous. And when's the last time Sarah Silverman's been nervous on stage?
Yeah.
Louis did it. And, it's like.
So for me, one thing that I like about it, also, let me just say this real quick. If you're watching on the live stream, we are interacting with the chat. So.
What are they saying? Don't read the comments.
Josh is a little long-winded, so you got to give us time to get back to you. Oh, they just said some nice things like you're a fast-looking 40, must be city miles.
Good one.
And somebody said he's 41. Jason Marino, I'm 41 and I don't have that much white in my beard. Well, he said it looks sick though, or that you look slick.
No, you look sick.
He said
you look sick. You
drink
slick. More B vitamins. And maybe some Vegemite.
And then someone's like, if they don't interact with us, they're going to have to pull their cars out front and just start honking when they don't like what we say.
If I'm long-winded, I'm really stoned. I had a long day. And I'm in a place right now where I could give a shit how well I'm received.
You're doing great.
And that's a good place to be when you don't give a fuck.
Great. I hope you're all happy. You upset?
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Don't take my.
But
don't.
Here's what I wanted to say about the goddamn comedy jam, the singing stuff. When people get nervous, like when they're doing stand-up comedy, and they're like, what's a good way to get over stage fright or whatever? I've been doing comedy for 13, 14 years now. My number one suggestion was always, do you ever go do karaoke? And if they said no, I was like, well, that's what you got to do. Because if you can get up in front of an audience and sing, regardless of whether you're good at it or not, and feel comfortable doing that, then you're going to then all of that goes away when you're doing stand-up comedy.
I think music is the most beautiful thing that the universe has given human
You ever
beings.
seen Vagina before?
I have. I love it. It's fantastic.
Right up there with music.
But there's a lot of bullshit that goes with getting it sometimes.
Yeah,
music. Hear me out. This is going to be the lamest shit I say tonight. Music is the most beautiful thing for your soul. It connects everybody. It doesn't make a difference. Yeah, give me like a nice little like Bruce Springsteen like Screen Door and Slams type shit.
I realize she's not great at requests.
I know trumpet a lot better.
I was like, do some blues, and she's like, I do some country.
I told Mitch, I was like, I'm gonna bring the trumpet. He goes, do you know any other instruments?
She's like, I own a harmonica.
He goes, bring it.
I forgot to ask if she ever actually played it.
You're killing it. Don't worry. Don't listen to Mitch.
I know.
Oh, don't all of a sudden start acting confident.
I'm just like Josh in the sense that I don't give a fuck.
I thought it was a tick.
Well.
It could be. I spend a lot of time
outdoors. I know you do. You're fucking outdoorsy.
So you do. So you love music. So you start off. The first big thing you do is the goddamn comedy jam, and like you say, you had Burr involved.
It was very easy to book. It's always been very easy to book.
And I know.
Like so much fun.
It really
I would have loved to have been involved.
Come September 5th, we're doing one in Johnny Scortis' backyard.
No
it's
way.
going to be a COVID super spreader.
Johnny who?
Scortis.
Who's that?
Squirt
You know
it.
Johnny Scortis.
Don't fucking yell at me. This is my show.
Come on.
I don't
I'm sorry.
know.
I'm a little shocked that you don't know.
Who's Johnny Scortis?
He's on the podcast with. Well, he's a character on the goddamn Comedy Jam. He plays Razorblade, like the roadie. But he's also on the fucking the Tony Hinchcliffe, Matt Edgar wrestling podcast.
Oh,
with
the
Josh
Store
Mark.
Horseman?
The Store Horseman. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just come to the thing. It's we're gonna be masked up. We're gonna have fun.
I don't wear masks.
You don't wear a mask?
No, I don't believe it.
What do you do when you walk into like a supermarket?
I yell at the people that work there. I'm like, I'm not wearing no goddamn mask. I'm a sovereign citizen.
Take your goddamn muzzle off.
I haven't paid taxes in 7 years. I definitely ain't gonna wear no goddamn mask. Anyway, so now you go from the goddamn Comedy Jam. I wear a mask and I do pay taxes. I found that because of my accent, when I play a character, then after that I really do have to specify that I don't really do that.
Yeah.
That if I start saying like climate change ain't real, people will then start commenting like, why does this idiot not believe in
QAnon? Goddamn QAnon.
Okay, so now you go from the goddamn comment, and now you're the thing that you're doing, which just got picked up exclusively on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Is the 500.
Yes.
And so this podcast that you're doing, you are breaking down the 500 greatest albums according to Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah, so they put out this list, and
when did they put the list out?
Well, the first time it came out was 2002, then it came out in 2008, and then they re-upped it in 2012. Now, people always say, well, what if they put out a new one? I'm like, I'm sticking to 2012.
Right.
And then what we'll do is we'll
Because
do some...
There was no good music made after 2012.
I mean, dude, honestly, the albums that are on this list, like you could say, does this deserve to be on here? Does that deserve? And this should be on there, whatever. But every single one of them is great.
Sure,
it's
yeah.
great. It's the greatest recorded music in the history of mankind, arguably. And when you get below 200 and you're in that final 200, that's like hit album after hit album. And then you get to 100 and down there into the final, like
Let me ask you this:
Sure.
Is Green Day's
Dookie?
Nope, not Dookie.
American Idiot?
American Idiot.
Yeah, it's on there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Both of them. All Green Days on
No,
there.
it's not.
If-
Green Day. First of all, calm down, okay? They deserve maybe a song.
Is Dookie on there?
Dookie's on there, yeah.
Dookie is on there. Dookie was great, but for me, and I know like everyone has different tastes, but American Idiot, first song to the last song, it's one of the few albums that I can just listen to and not be inclined to skip to the next one.
Yeah, that sounds like an album that rednecks would listen
Yeah.
to. That's you know what I mean? It's got Wake Me Up When September Comes. You know, you guys get all 9/11-y. And you're like, oh man, I'm never forgetting.
It's
Wake me up when September. And you're just like, I remember my friend
How
Bo
many-
Cephas got killed in 9/11.
How many Garth Brooks albums are on the 500?
-4.
There has to be one Garth
Nah.
Brooks out. What country albums are on there?
Good Country, Merle Haggard,
First
Waylon
of all-
Jennings,
Dolly
fucking
Parton.
Dolly Parton, fucking
it.
Loretta Lynn, like some of the great. Oh, Steve Earle, some of the greatest country that I've ever heard, man.
on,
like
Mitch,
I
these
love
are your
outlaw
heroes.
country, man. The roots of country. The roots of country is more real than fucking. I'll put up the lyrics from Loretta Lynn's record up against NWA.
Well, there's
The
no
manager of the
Right?
comedy store.
Yeah,
is
because
like,
Curtis
"Fuck
gets it, dude.
yeah."
Curtis fucking gets it.
I mean, I get like for me though, like I guess it's also like there's a thing where like the music that you were growing up with, it like means something to you. So for me, like '90s country was like some of the best country. Now look, I like the old outlaw country.
Yeah.
But like some of that stuff was just like Garth Brooks.
Dude, you look like a fucking, what's that dude's name that I love so much? Down by the river with the coochie coochie, got the hottest
Jackson.
balls with the hottest doochie.
that
She's
you
got a
just-
mama and I'm got a drama and I know I'm coming and I kissed a llama. Down by the river with the coochie
Are
coochie,
you
with the
gonna-
cooch gets down
Jump
and the
in with it.
coochie smoochy. Alan
gotta-
Jackson is the shit,
You know,
dude.
Tony has a much better band than I
Bound
do.
ba down ba
I
down
grew up with tons of music. Is there much rap on this 500?
There is, but it's, I got Nas-Illmatic coming here. Actually, I'm recording Nas-Illmatic here at the Comedy Store on one of the days in September.
Who do you have as the guest?
Tony Baker.
Tony Baker's dope.
He's dope,
I
but
like him.
he's a homie, and he like texted me. He's like, "Yo, Nas-O-Matic is my favorite album of all time," and that's what I want. I want people that love it so much that they make me a fan.
Jason Moreno on the chat. He wants to know if Pearl Jam or Blind Melon is on the 500 at all.
Don't know if Blind Melon, but Pearl Jam is.
Was
yeah,
Blind
we've already
Melon
done
the one that had Rain?
No Rain. And here's the thing, Blind Melon fucking slaps, dude. They're fucking great. Like, No Rain's a good song and it's iconic, but the rest of the record fucking kicks, dude.
Really?
Oh my god! See, that's the.
I
whole,
only know that
Let me
one
tell you
song.
something. No, let me tell you something. This is to everybody out there that's listening, because it's not even listen to my podcast. It's listen to these records. These are the greatest albums ever made, and I'm telling you, man, like most people, especially now, don't listen to albums. They listen to tracks. We're in a track world where they put out single after single, and it's not about the record. Dude, for years, that's all it was about the record, and they sequenced it so it would start with this and then go to
Right.
this and go to that. It's an experience in an hour, and you get inside somebody's heart and somebody's soul. Lame alert, but I'm right.
So now you have like Sturgill Simpson.
He's not on there.
I know I didn't think he would be, but when you talk about like an album from start, so all of his albums have like a theme behind them. He wrote an album for his son that's like nautical themed because he was in the Navy, and that's like a story from beginning to end on how his son, if he's not there to raise him because he's on the road or whatever, hey, listen to these songs. I still love you. Know that I'm thinking of you while I'm gone. Then his next album, Sound and Fury, that was like, hey, this is my album to the industry. Everyone's fake. Fuck you. We just want to make music and be cool, you know. So like, and then they did like an anime movie, like based off of the album.
I saw that. Yeah.
It's pretty dope. But that's like an album experience where you're not getting the single like Cardi B with WAP. Have you heard that song yet, by the way? Wet Ass Pussy?
Let them hoes hit the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a sample from something else in the past. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this
Horrors,
house.
they're
If you
saying.
see them, no, it's hoes.
I'm pretty sure it's horrors.
I'm sorry, you can't even say it.
Horrors.
Just stroke halfway through.
You're such a good person.
Oh, horrors.
But you know,
Horrors.
so much is, and for everyone saying Green Day sucks and that they're garbage, you're
Green
fucking
Day.
wrong. Also, one of these people is my girlfriend. Green Day is fucking awesome. Why would you say that? We're
Dude,
gonna have
you know
something to talk about when I get home.
What you should do is watch Wizard of Oz and then put on Dark Side of the Moon.
Does
Yeah.
that
Do
really
that.
work?
Yes, it does. You know what else works even good better? You put on
Even good better?
You put on
You know what
Led
works even
Zeppelin
good
4
Yeah.
and Joanna Man
No way.
at the same time.
What is Joanna Man?
It's the
It's
one.
a
I don't know. It's a
movie.
shitty
It's
movie from the
cinematic
90s where
classic.
there's a guy dresses up as a girl and plays in the WNBA.
So
And
here's
he's
what you
really
do.
good at basketball.
It's a good reference. It should have gotten a laugh. If I would have thought of a more funnier album.
No, Mitch should know Joanna Man.
Jen, was that
the man
funny?
was like, yeah, that was good.
Thank you, baby. That was like Angelo Bauer's style. That was why I did that. That's like, you see that he would have that would have been a joke Ange would have done. Yeah.
So for the Dark Side of the Moon, if you want a real experience with that one, eat a gram of mushrooms, get in your friend's car, and have him drive you through the Sequoia National Forest. That was a trip. And then on the way back out, he played, and this is the one that you did with Baron Vaughn on your podcast, Funkadelic Maggot Brain.
Sick.
And that album, dude, I'm 40 years old, and I was like, whoa, my life just changed.
Me too.
What?
That's what's so great about this list is I get that experience once a week.
I was so used to, like, with George Clinton, just the thing in my head was like, bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo,
yeah, it's like
yippee-yay,
with the
bow,
funk
wow.
gets up and you ever bow down, you're getting funky. Ha, with the hoochie cow, you're gonna smack with a doubly do. That's what I thought it was gonna be, and it's acid rock.
What I was grooving, Mitch.
Well,
No, you
back
were
on
doing
the
great.
street.
I was just
over
like,
Jiffy.
I was like, you go.
Do you like Frank Zappa?
Okay, so,
I'm reading these things.
Yeah, they're just so they're talking about how like all the members of the Blind Melon went to Musicians Institute, which that sounds like something that Trump was offering online. Do you want to be a musical artist? Come to the Musicians Institute.
Trump's Musician Institute.
And then everyone's telling me I said a gram. I did more like 2 grams, but whatever. I get it. You're all better at drugs than me.
Just taking mushrooms in general is great.
But
you're in a good place if you're doing that.
So on the way back, so it starts off. It's like Barron was saying, is like George Clinton does this poem about Mother Earth is pregnant again, and then the guitar comes in at about 30 seconds, and it's kind of nice and chill. And then at like 1:30, it just fucking wham! It just hits you, and I'm telling, like, just being on mushrooms was something, but then with that in the background playing in the car, and then the sequoia, the largest trees in the world, I'm driving around. I was just like, man, like this is like what? I like even now, like I'm having a hard time explaining how fucking beautiful.
No, I get it.
That
I get
was.
it.
You know, it was just like, man, like, and then it's like, why was the dog? What was that song actually called?
Atomic Dog.
Why was Atomic Dog the thing that everyone knew? But
Oh yeah,
Maggot Brain was that was art,
Dude,
man.
you're talking about the first song. Then it goes into Can I Get to That? Then
Yep.
it goes into Me and My No, then it goes into Hit It and Quit It. Then it goes into Me and My Fam. Then it goes into some weird song. No, it goes into Super Super Zone, Super Doo, Super Zone, Super Zone. Get down, down, down. It's all like fucking.
Are you familiar with that song, Jesse?
It's called
No, but
like
I'm watching them
super
in
super
their
stupid.
reflection.
It's called super stupid. Super stupid, you stupid, your mom stupid, and then I'm a skip do. So there's that, and then it goes into some weird song, and then there's another
Armageddon War. I think.
Armageddon War, dude.
That's-
Take mushrooms, listen to that shit. You'll fucking have a panic attack
But
supreme.
also, just listen to the album sober. Like it
Yeah.
just fucking it's something. So this is what you're doing now. You're listening. Is it weekly? The
Yeah,
500?
we do it we release it every Wednesday.
Every week you're listening to an album off of that, and then you're talking to someone about like how that's their favorite album.
Yeah,
and why.
what I do is, I have a lot of like funny friends, and so it started with comics, and then as it got bigger, and we started reaching out to get like people that aren't like I'm getting like Rita Wilson and Neil deGrasse Tyson.
This
and
is also
Wow.
so smart because you do it weekly. There's 500 albums on the list. You have a 10-year podcast.
Oh yeah, man.
Right in your pocket. That is fucking. You're never looking for content.
It's
You
dude,
have
it's,
it
it's
set.
and the coolest shit is it's evergreen because we're not talking about like it's not like we're talking about COVID the whole time and what's
Right.
going on in the world right
Right.
now. It lives in the album, so it's a companion piece. When I say listen to the album, listen because you will feel better if you put great music into your ears, man, dude. During COVID in particular, I have fucking never been depressed because I literally am like, oh, I got to listen to PJ Harvey, and I put it on, and I'm like, Jesus, this is good.
Do you have an album on the 500 that is your favorite album, and are you saving that for the last episode?
No, I'm doing it in order, 500 down.
Oh, you
so
go
I
all
don't,
the way
I don't.
through.
We're like. We're going by that list. We're not
Wow.
jumping around. It's 500 to 499 to 498. Like,
He is Robert. Hashtag Fleece Army.
fuck yeah, dude.
So we got some
My
some of your
fucking
fans on there.
cadoogly right here, dude. I love you, Robert.
What do you think is your favorite album on the list?
I don't know, man. There's the albums that affected me. They're probably on there. Well, 2 of them are for sure. Fucking, I love Radiohead OK Computer. It's one of my
Yeah.
favorite albums of all time. Guns N' Roses.
Okay, Computer.
Appetite for Destruction.
Does that have everything in its place, or
No,
is
that's Kid A.
that's Kid A? Okay.
But I'm talking about albums that like changed my life. Like Wu-Tang 36 Chambers is coming up. That's one of my favorite records. Then like I also love like Stone Temple Pilots Core. Like that's like but it's not on the list.
Right.
This is the idea behind it was to experience and feel from art it's a beautiful thing to be moved by something. And
A lot of
music-
people tell that to me after they see my set.
fuck yeah,
They're
dude.
just,
I
they're
get
just
moved.
like, wow, this
My
was
bowels get moved.
okay. That's not.
I got a squiggly.
Necessary.
So what happens is if you like challenge yourself to listen to these albums, I promise you're gonna fucking feel good, man.
Yeah, I mean I think like that. This is such a great project for you to pick because it's something that you're passionate about. You love music. Obviously, you love music.
Yeah, you came in singing.
Don't you on F is for Family? You're
I
the
play a radio DJ, coked out radio DJ. DJ Howlin' Hank, yo.
I saw that. I was watching the show. I love the show. And
Thank
I was
you.
Like, that's Josh.
That is me. It's the
Where-
gift that keeps on giving.
And then how long have you been involved with that? F is
Since
for
season
Family.
2. I'm only like a minor character, but I'm always in a couple episodes every season. And I always have like one episode where I get like the full ep. But it's great, man.
Do you write on it as well?
No, I don't do. When I met Bill was developing the show, and he goes, dude, he's like, there's a radio DJ. I want like next season we're gonna do. I want you to audition for it.
Yeah.
And so then next season comes, and I remember that morning the day before I was about to go to DC with Adam Ray and Avery Pearson. And I he like calls me and he's like, dude, so I'm sending the audition. He's like, I want you to do it like this. Just be this, like this voice. And I ran it with him a few times. He goes, cool. And then I went to my agent's office. I taped it the next morning, sent it to him. And then I remember waiting to get onto the plane. He calls me. He's like, dude, you got it.
Nice.
And then I did heroin that weekend.
Wait,
No way.
wait, really?
Yeah.
Because okay,
I thought you've been sober for like 10
No,
years.
So did I.
No. This was fucking, dude. First of all, you don't know my. So I got sober-ish in 2016.
so this is what I was gonna ask you.
I thought you've been sober for
So
like
this is
30
the-
years.
You might have
No.
been right because you played a dope fiend on 2 episodes of The Wire.
I did very extra, extra.
Were you
Were you
on
just-
drugs at that time?
Yeah. Did they
In
just
your life?
That was probably in my coke phase of my life. I wasn't on coke when I did that. I was a PA on the show, and I got credit to I was in film school, and I got credit to work on a bunch of different movies and TV shows they were shooting in the DC and Baltimore area.
Yeah.
So I worked on Eliminate, and I worked on the fucking Visiting, which was like The Invasion. It was a Nicole Kidman movie, and I worked on The Wire. And I remember when we were getting close to it was right around my birthday, and I was like, God, I always wanted to play like a crackhead or like a dope fiend on it. And they were like, all right. And then I showed up one day to be a PA, and they were like, Josh, they were like, we're surprising you. You're gonna be a dope fiend. So
you were hanging out with
you don't
Bubbles.
even see me on the show. Like
Was this during when the Bubbles arc?
yeah.
Yeah, that show, by the way, I know everyone talks about like, oh, you got to watch The Wire got
Yeah.
robbed, like all this kind of stuff. It really was great. Season 2, a little slow, but other than that, like from the storyline, HBO fucking knocks it out of the park every time. Just okay,
Yeah,
the
they
comment I see you looking at the comment, they're just all talking about how great the 500 is and how much they love you. That's why I'm not.
Oh, you can talk shit. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not. I'm not.
You
I'm not
think there's
addressing
some
it.
words?
They're just all like, "Oh, Josh, great, the 500."
You think I
ooh."
give a shit what Timothy Mitchell says?
Whoa.
What is
Oh, I
vroom,
know
vroom?
Timothy. Vroom vroom. That's fucking Motorcycle Man and Dick Fuel and Motorcycle Man. Did I get
Hold
that right?
on. Josh Moreno. It's like a Make-A-Wish moment. Oh, I get to be a crackhead.
Yep. Dude, you got it. Let me tell you something, people out there. You got to ask for what you want.
It was on your
Don't be
vision board.
afraid. No, you have to manifest shit, man.
Yeah.
That's all this shit is.
Do you-
Write out what you want.
Do you did you read like The Artist's Way or The Secret or
No,
any
but
of that stuff?
I'm super like existentially open to the universe, dude.
Yeah?
I feel vibrations. I
I
think
get
I
that.
see spirits. I know I see my friend Angelo. Like I see like crazy shit, and I feel shit, and I get like, I started meditating. I started doing like a lot of like because I went through this full like existential breakthrough. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I stopped caring.
Do you ever feel like because your mind is so open that sometimes you might see a ghost, so you close your mind off of it because you don't want to be spooked?
I don't think they're actually like you see them. I think it's a matter of like feeling shit. I'm not saying I'm connected to everything,
Can
but
I-
I
Oh,
definitely.
That's interesting you say that though, because I was like, a lot of my family sees ghosts and my friends but I've never seen one. and
'Cause they're not
but I
real.
felt like presences.
Ghosts aren't real. What you're talking about is a spiritual connection to something, which
Yeah,
I think
man.
is a little different.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you, you know the server Lee that
Yeah.
works here? She says Dominic West ruins every scene of The Wire and that she will die on this hill. I personally loved him in this show, and I want to know where you stand on this.
I thought he was great. I think it was a perfectly cast show.
Okay, so many things. First of all, there's a scene where Dominic West, he's from England. He does a scene, so he's an English actor doing an American accent, but not only an American accent, a Baltimore accent.
Yeah.
And then they talk about pretending to be British. So now he's a British actor doing a Baltimore accent, pretending to do a British accent. So he's doing the British accent. It's like so meta, but also so good. And then when him and the black dude that's his partner, when they're going through the room where the woman got shot from the window outside, and they're just like, fuck, motherfucker. Like that's the only lines throughout the whole scene.
Yeah.
Is just either fuck
I gotta
or
rewatch that
motherfucker.
show, man.
It's so good.
I just rewatched Sopranos, and that
It's
was
so
fucking
good.
I am now
perfect.
I am on season 2 of Sopranos. I watched the first season because as I'm watching it now, I'm like, oh, I do remember that. But that's when I stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm watching it all for the first time, and I'm just like, whoa. Like, HBO just can't stop making good.
Dude, if you tell me your favorite show is on Showtime, you are a trash person that drinks Pepsi. You drink Pepsi,
Whoa!
you're fucking garbage.
Josh, maybe after your 500 episodes, you could do 500 HBO movies.
Maybe.
Hey,
That'll be in
best-
2028.
The best 500 episodes of HBO television.
Every episode
Dude,
of The Wire.
HBO makes fucking... It just throws fire at us.
What was it? The Gary Shandling show?
Dude,
Or was
Larry
it Larry
Sanders, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Game of Thrones,
Damn.
Sopranos, 6 Feet Under, Deadwood, The Wire, fucking...
There's specials too. The
Oh,
comedy-
Watchmen.
Deadwood is one that I've never seen.
Deadwood, I didn't really watch
I gotta like get into the old classics, you know, like so now I'm watching The Sopranos. I need to watch Deadwood.
Motherfucker, those
you know,
shits came
Game
out.
of
Those
Thrones?
shits came out within the 20 years. Like you're calling them old classics. Like old
The
classics,
HBO
like fucking like
classics.
Dragnet.
HBO classics.
The old dude, they can go even before then, dude. Fucking Mind of a Married Man, Dream On, fucking Mike
What
Bender.
was Dream On?
Dream On was this dude who was just thinking about fucking all the time, and he dreamt about it. And it was like a comedy. And then Mind of a
Story of
Married
my
Man
life,
was
you know?
Mind of the Married Man was basically the same thing, but with Mike Binder, who you see him, he's the guy making the Comedy Store documentary.
Yeah, which will be on Showtime, by the way.
No, oh yeah, it will.
That's my bad.
Well, so you got sober 2 years ago? Is that right?
I'm not sober. I'm LA sober, which
Oh,
means
you smoke weed.
I'll do drugs if you offer them.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, I
People-
thought you were like,
Yeah.
No,
No more
I
drugs.
don't do opiates. I haven't
People
done
go
opiates
Josh
in
Adam
4
Myers,
years.
they say, yeah,
I did.
he's
I had
clean
like
as
a
a
big. I just had 4 years
Oh.
in May.
hold on, what?
They go Josh Adam Myers. They
talk
say,
into
yeah,
that.
he's clean as a whistle.
Oh god, they're fucking. They don't know me at all. I smoke pot and I take mushrooms.
Okay,
And I also take
but-
kratom too.
But you don't drink.
I don't drink. I haven't drank in like almost 14 years now. That's not saying. That's not me rephrase that. I haven't drank regularly in 14 years. I've had some like what I used to do was I used to go to Venice once a year for like 2 days and just do a shitload of coke.
In
and
Italy?
No, in Venice. Yeah, dude. I'd fly to Venice because Venice gets the best coke. There's a gondola fucking dealer named
Gondola.
Raphael Lanciato.
Ooh, I know Raphael.
Raphael Lanciato gets me my blow, and then he rides me around
He wears
the beautiful
he
Vatican
wears a
City.
red bandana. Shout out to the Turtles. He's a big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh man. So someone said you're Bert Kreischer sober. That's I guess he does the same thing. You're
I'm in far
Bert
better
Kreischer
shape
sober-
than Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer sober is where you don't do drugs or alcohol, but every now and then your friends will drop some ecstasy
Dude.
in your drink.
I just believe that the shit that is on this earth that is like it's literally it grows and then you pick it and
Right.
then you do it. I
Yes.
believe that is stuff that the universe gave us to do. Heroin, pills, fucking coke, Molly, all that shit's processed. Meth, like that's processed. Even processed foods, like the worst that you can put in your
What
body.
about an
Timothy, what about what?
an Impossible Burger?
Oh, shit.
I don't know. I don't. That might not be good for you. I have no idea. It's got a shitload of fat.
Timothy Mitchell wants to know what your best booger sugar story is.
Coke.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Or
it's
just
such
fast
a.
burger?
I mean, all right. It's a little long. Would you want to hear it?
Yeah, let's go. We can probably
right.
let's bookend it on this.
All right. So it's my
Yeah.
25th birthday, and I'm living in Baltimore.
So it's 20 years ago.
fucking 28 years ago.
So it's about 15 years ago.
Yeah, so it's my birthday. I party, and I had this great drug dealer named Jen, and she was great because she always had and she was always home. And
Yeah.
she says to me, I call her, I'm like, it's my birthday, I need to get Coke. She's like, come over and do this chick hooked me up. First of all, she like railed me out like 4 or 5 big rails. And
Woo!
then she
Happy
gave
birthday!
and then she gave me an 8-ball and she goes, this is on the house, Josh. She goes,
What?
come back tonight. If you run out of Coke, I'll hook you up. She goes,
She gave you an 8-ball and she's where you
100
gonna
dude, I bought a
run
lot
out?
of Coke from this girl. We had a good
Jesus.
I probably
Okay.
paid her rent for like 3 months.
Ugh.
So she's like, come back any point tonight, and if you run out, I'll hook you up. It's your birthday. Everybody deserves to get treated like a king on their birthday. So we go out, we go to hit the strip clubs. I'm getting everybody fucked up. We're having the best time ever. We go back to my friend's house. We start blowing lines and like.
I love you start like as
I
you're
know.
telling
It's
this
just-
story, you're like,
Yeah.
it's the Pavlov's.
Oh my god! It's just thinking about Coke. My nose is like itchy as fuck, dude.
My heart's
Did you love
racing.
it? Yeah, dude. It's because when you do Coke, like especially me, like, dude, I used to breathe like Michael Phelps. I'd be like, so maybe tomorrow we could go to the movies and, I don't know if you wanted to like after class we could, like you just breathe like you're fucking. So yeah, dude. So we go back to my friend's house. We run out of Coke. I call Jen. She's like, come over. I go over to Jen's, and dude, at this point, I am fucking drunk. I am high. I'm tired. But I'm just out of it. And I sit on the couch, and Jen comes over and gives me 3 bags that equal another gram, but
Yeah.
in 3 separate bags. And as I'm sitting on the couch, everybody is kind of like chilling. There's like 5, 6 people in the house, the townhouse, and this girl's looking at the window and she goes, "What car is that?" And then immediately the door just fucking boom kicks open.
What?
There's like 10 cops that come in,
Whoa.
and they're like, all right, everybody, freeze, nobody move. And then they're like, we're gonna take each one of you out one at a time to interview them. The first guy we want
And
to
then
talk.
the whole time, Josh is like, "Oh, she got me strippers."
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, woo! No, but they're like, so we're gonna pull everybody out and interview them, and the first guy we want to talk to is that dude right there on the couch that looks fucked up. And they pull me out, right? And I got the 3 bags in my pocket.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Oh God.
So they're talking to me
I'm
and
having
asking
an
me
anxiety
questions,
attack.
and they're asking me questions, and I'm full coked out, so I'm talking like an 18th century gold prospector. I'm like, well, I came over to here to Jen's. It was my birthday, and I just was hanging out, and I just thought there's some girls over here, and they're like, all right, well,
just
calm
gonna
down.
How fast did you tell them it was your birthday?
I mentioned it, but they didn't hear it. So then. The guy's like, well, we're going to search you. I go, okay. And I'm like, shit, I got the Coke in my pocket. So I'm like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reach into my pockets. I'm going to be like, I got nothing in here. And then pull my hand out, put my hand out in the sky like that. And as they search me, I'm going to release the Coke and it's going to fly away like a wedding dove. Just fly away like a wedding dove. And dude, I do that and that shit drops like a bag of cocaine. That shit just flops on the ground.
By the way, if we can turn that into a new saying, I would love it. Man, I dropped it like a bag of cocaine. It dropped like a bag of cocaine.
And it hits the ground, and the guy's like, oh, shit, what do we got here? And then I immediately...
You're like, I don't know. It must have flown from over there. You know how cocaine is.
I wish I would have thought of that. I just start crying and pleading like a white boy. And I'm like, please, you can't arrest me, man. I can't do this. I'm in college. And the guy's like, I don't care. And I'm like, my mom's going to kill me. He's like, I don't care. And I'm like, come on, man. It's my birthday. And he goes, what'd you say?
No.
I'm like, it's my birthday.
No, this
And he
can't
goes,
work.
you got your ID on you? And I'm like, yeah, in my wallet. And he takes it out and he looks at it. And he's like, it really is. He's like, hold on, stay right here. And then
This can't work. This can't be a thing.
So he walks away. I always remember one thing too. I was like crying, and you could like look into the townhouse and you could see the people that other people were waiting to be interviewed by the cops, and they were like looking out the window, and they were all just like, "Oh, this motherfucker's giving us up. He's crying. The cocaine's out on the street. He's sobbing uncontrollably."
You're just turning around. You're like, I just told him it was my birthday.
So I'm waiting there, and I'm like, fuck, man. I was like, this shit's gonna work. Like, I'm gonna get let go. After like 5-6 minutes, I'm like, I think they're gonna let me go. So the cop comes back, this black dude, right? And he comes back with like 4 black cops, right? And they kind of surround me, and he goes, "We looked over your ID. It's really your birthday." And I'm like, I told you. I just want to.
I like the little.
I was like,
Did they start singing like Applebee's?
Hold on.
You're going to jail.
Hold on. So he goes, I'm like, please, man, I just want to get back to school and get back to my studies.
Oh my God.
He goes, well, we got something planned nice for you. And he goes, 1, 2, 3, happy birthday to you. And then they arrested me. And took me to jail.
No.
Yeah, I got let go. Like, it all got dropped.
Oh my God.
But yeah, dude,
That's
it was
insane.
I got arrested. It was nothing on my birthday.
Oh, this is the greatest story I've ever heard.
Fuck, man. I appreciate that. It's the
Man.
nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I would have been shocked when they started arresting me after singing.
Dude, here's the deal.
Yeah, like they should let
It's
you
so
go.
worth it.
Oh.
It's worth it. I'm fine. Do you know what I mean? And to have a story sometimes, dude, the story is worth it. You know? You fucking...
I mean, I'll tell you, I don't believe that story, but it's so good, I don't care.
How did they even get in the house, you know?
Dude.
Warrants. You just open the door.
So I remember, because
Bam.
what they did is they put me in the handcuffs, and then they took all the... Jen, I guess, gave up all her coke and stuff, and she probably was like... That was the reason they went there. They weren't trying to catch people like
That's
us.
probably why
Like
she
just
was
some
giving
dude
you
that's
so
just
much
fucking
coke
with a
back.
couple bags on his birthday. I'm not like the problem.
Oh, man. Dude, that was great.
Thanks, man.
I should have... It's going to be hard to follow that.
Dude, you got 2 incredible comedians
That was
coming up.
a great story. Thank you so much. Josh Adam Meyers, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Follow me at Josh Adam Meyers. Listen to the 500.
The 500, it's going to... Right now, it is on iTunes, but it will soon...
No, it's on everything. It's going to be on everything for a long time.
Okay.
Just get it everywhere.
Wonderful. Go listen to that. It is great. Wow. What'd you think about that?
It was so good. I'm so worried for our next guest.
By the way, Tony, you're going to close it out, all right?
Okay. When do I come back? I can't listen to another minute of this shit.
Okay. All right. Tony's having a great time hanging out in the green room. We're gonna have a song on for about 20 minutes, and then we'll have you on. So come back around 9:15. All right.
Well, now I'm really worried for our next guest.
Have you? Well, hold on. Before we do that, have you ever been arrested, or have you ever done drugs before?
I've done drugs. I've not been arrested, but I have. You know, when I first got my license, a cop pulled me over, and I didn't know you can't get out of the car. Never get out of the car, but I couldn't get my ID in time, so they went back to their car, and I got out. You know, coming
You're
up from
like,
high
"Hey,
school.
I found it."
Yeah, hey everybody, I found my ID, and they like pulled a gun at me. They were like, "Get back in the car."
I think the
yeah.
most unnecessary
It was
time a
so
gun has ever
scary.
been pulled out.
I was 16 years old.
Oh my God. Oh, so I figured out. I was wondering why everyone kept saying "vroom vroom"
Yeah, that's
in the
like,
chat. That's your thing.
it's like a catchphrase.
Vroom vroom, because you're Jet Ski Johnson.
I didn't want to be rude and say it in front of Josh.
What is vroom? Okay, so you have something.
Yeah,
I-
it's something that my fans chant.
I wonder what I could have.
Hamburgers.
Do you want to do this podcast with me?
You know, I was thinking about what Josh was saying about his 500 podcast, and when you have a good idea in the goddamn comedy jam, when you have a good idea, you just know it, and
Uh huh.
when we came together and said we should start a podcast.
We did do that.
I knew it.
Someone heard Tony Hinchcliffe's voice, and they're very excited. So hang out. We have another great guest before we bring Tony up. This dude, he is. You can hear him on Spoil the Beans podcast. He's one of my favorite comedians in the whole wide world. Please welcome to the show, Asan Ahmad, everybody.
Hey, what's up,
before
guys?
we get started, could you hand me a water over there?
I got you.
This podcast is brought to you by Thirster Water.
Thirster.
I don't think you can buy this anywhere in the world except for at the comedy store.
Nothing says comedy store like Thirster.
Did you hear that story?
Yeah, this is. I was listening to all of Josh being like, "Damn, this is
dropped. It dropped like a bag of cocaine.
Yeah. I was like, man, I have no stories about drugs or anything like. I have.
Because
you want
you're-
stories about following the rules?
Because
I'm
you
your
were
guy.
you were a good boy.
Oh, goody
Growing-
two shoes, little
And you
Indian
still-
boy.
I'm actually surprised you're not wearing your mask right now.
Oh, I'm performing, but the mask is always on outside of any sort of performance.
It's become a huge a huge thing. By the way, so for Vroom Vroom, I just want to say, excellent suggestion, Jason Marina. He said me tapping a dip can. You know how
I love
they do that? They do that. That's how. So
I like that.
I'll work
Yeah.
on. I'll
I
work
can't
on
do
that.
that though.
Jason Marino said to also make room for your beard.
Hey, I'm going
Not shaving
till I take a vaccine.
until you take
Oh,
one.
no.
Until
I
I
don't
take the
Not-
COVID vaccine.
Not until Russia has
Bro, that shit.
made one and approved it to
Bro.
save everyone.
That shit is such a lie. There's no way that's gonna work. But
Did
you
you
know.
open for Bobby Lee in San Antonio?
Yep, 2 years ago.
Someone here saw that, said you are a killer.
Ooh,
And
I'll
then
take
they
that.
said, Allahu Akbar. I added that second part. That's,
I invite those comments. I'm not gonna. I know how I look. I'm not stupid.
my favorite thing hanging out with you whenever we'd be working here at the Comedy Store, it would turn, the time would be 9/11, and you'd say, it's 9/11, everybody make a wish.
It's our Christmas. You know what I mean? Good things happen on 9/11.
And you get it twice a day. Lucky.
Jet Ski over here, she's most known for playing the trumpet in the Killed Tony band.
Absolutely.
She's an outstanding artist and musician. Do you have any artistic talents outside of stand-up comedy?
No, not really. I did the only. I was on the drum line for 2 years in high school. That's
Can you-
my claim to fame.
Were you
Can
in
you
the
do
pit?
some, Can you?
I was a bass drum, so I didn't do any of the cool
Oh.
stuff. I was the
Were you, which number?
yeah. I was bass 2.
Have you?
Yeah,
I was the most talented bass drummer. I'll
Is
say
that a
that.
thing?
yeah, because they line up and they're usually about 4, give or take, from most bands, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, I don't know why you would need more than one. It just-
Well,
Oh, they're all different sizes.
and they all play a different note. So the whole bass line is created by 4
Yeah.
separate people.
I
5
bet you
separate
didn't
people.
know that.
Have
Mitch.
you ever heard of a black comedian from the South? His name's Ricky Smiley.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
So look, I don't know what your opinion on stand-up comedy is, but for me, this is one of the greatest stand-up bits ever. He just talks about the difference between white college marching bands and black college marching bands, and then he has the DJ play a song, and then he acts it out. But it is without a doubt one of the
I gotta
funniest
watch
things that I have ever seen in my life.
I get that.
And he doesn't say a goddamn word.
You know what it is about stand-up too that I love is like, you know, those classic bits like the black people versus white people, the cats versus dogs. It's like you don't always have to reinvent the wheel. You just have
Men versus women.
to men versus
we
women.
different.
Yes. Yeah.
We're different. Women be shopping. Men be paying the bills.
But all you have to do is come at it from a different angle, and you know it's just as good as the first person who came up with that idea.
Dogs are so much
That's how I
better
look
than
at it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time.
With dogs are better than cats.
Yeah. Oh, Asan, did you hear that my dog is definitely a Democrat?
Oh, oh yeah, why definitely.
Because I know, or she loves Biden.
Okay. So you tried this last week.
And I fucked it up today.
And then she's afraid that her neighbors are going to think that she's a Republican.
Okay.
Because all they hear is her yelling, "No Biden. No Biden."
Okay. Okay.
Are you going to give me a lick?
It was the wrong one.
Give me a lick. You quit working at the Comedy Store.
Yep.
You used to be a door guy here with me.
For 4 years.
You were one of the people that helped me get a job here.
Did I? I feel like you got the job by yourself. I don't think you needed my help.
Well, I mean, like you helped me get in here. Like you were one of the people who was like, "Yeah, let's get Mitch on stage," and then people started seeing me, and then that's like you were like a pusher.
Well, I will definitely. I don't know. I hope so, because you were definitely very funny, and I would definitely wanted you to get the job, especially when you told me.
And you did it for 4 years. And
4
do you
years.
miss anything about it?
Do I miss anything about? I will say this. I miss being here, and I miss you're just being part of the thing. I moved to LA here. I grew up here. This is my house. This is my home. I would spend so much time in this place.
Yeah.
Like I miss that. I don't miss doing any of the actual work.
Jason Moreno wants to know. So tell us, why do you hate the store?
Oh man, the reasons why I hate this place. Huh?
There is no hate. The Comedy Store is the greatest comedy club in the world. It's the people that come here.
Oh God.
Australians. I said it. It's the
Whoa.
fucking Australians. They come here. They never have their fucking IDs.
Oh no, it's
Oi, mate. Wait, I don't know why that was British.
the bringer comics
Hold on.
who walk around and own this place.
That's
are
not a
those.
knife. This is a knife. And be like, I don't care. I just need to see an ID. Is that so hard?
Oh, the
that-
British comic?
No. He's saying bringer comics.
Oh,
people
bringer
that do like
comics.
bringer shows.
Yeah,
Whatever.
because they walk around here. So the bringer shows, for people listening who don't know, is just like they get on stage because they can bring X amount of people, and then they walk around the place like they own the place, and it's the most frustrating
No,
thing.
you know what?
Because
when I
wasn't in, I would treat this place with respect. I wouldn't
Very
walk
much
to the
so.
back. I wouldn't do anything. But these bringer comics,
this
just,
place, the greatest comedians in the world have been here, and
Right.
this is where we're trying to be. So we know we don't belong yet. We're
Right.
like, hey, if someone will just like bring us in, and like that would like feel really good. These people are like, I don't fucking need any of you. I'm just gonna walk back to wherever I want to go. But even worse than them are the people that buy tickets to see them, and then they're like, oh, I'm with one of the comics performing, and it's like that's the only reason they're allowed on that stage is because they had 7 friends that would buy tickets.
right.
You're not special.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
not special.
People think, oh, my favorite is yeah. You'll just see people like, oh yeah, my friend performs here regularly, and they saw him on D's Nuts like 7 years ago.
I just off
Yeah.
track real quick. I gotta say, did you see what just drove by us?
No.
No.
It was one of the Star Tracker tour vans.
Whoa. What are they doing?
I guess that's opened back up for business now.
It doesn't make none of these rules make any sense.
No, Saddle Ranch is like popping.
You know why we're doing podcasts? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Like it's crazy. Like what they're deeming is safe and what isn't safe. Like when this whole thing started, they shut down hiking
Right.
and outdoor activities,
Well,
and it's like
That made sense. Everyone was a little bit afraid. Everyone's like, "What the fuck is happening? Let's
Yeah.
chill out for a second and see what's going on." And then but now like it's not like there's less of the virus going around, but they're like.
I
still,
honestly don't know. I quit watching the news, and I feel great. Like, I treat coronavirus like politics. The less I know, the better.
Right. That's maybe not a bad way of looking at it. From my perspective, pretty dumb, but
Mine too.
it's nice to know what's going on outside. But
Are you using this time? I mean, I know the answer to this, but like, we artists, and I use that term loosely for stand-up comedians. I know a lot of people are like, no, you guys are. I don't know. Like, I just whatever. You and I have kind of done the same thing where we're like, okay, now there's this new platform, TikTok.
right.
Let's see if we can use this to our advantage. And I hit a little earlier and
Yes.
got a little bit of a following, and then you started doing this one thing every day, and you were like,
I told you when I started. I told you I was like, Mitch, this is gonna hit.
This
one
is
day.
it. And so what you're doing is you're taking a popular song and you're just going around your face with the camera,
Showing the growth of my beard because I'm
Showing
not
it-
shaving till there's a
You're
vaccine.
not shaving until there's a vaccine. So
I'm-
every day do you know what day you started it on?
I told myself when quarantine first started, and I was shaving my head in the bathroom one day, and because I usually am bald headed, and I was shaving my head, and I was like, why am I doing this? So I have to do this every 4 days, and I'm stuck at home, and I'm sad.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not gonna shave or trim until there's a vaccine.
Yeah.
And then day around 1:15, I was like, I'll just put it on TikTok. So
Yeah.
on TikTok it's day 1:15, and then
Day 115.
yeah, that's when I started on.
And now
the
we're
TikTok.
at day 150.
158 was today.
Damn, I
158.
didn't know it'd been that
But-
many days.
That's how long we've been in quarantine.
On one of the
Quote
days,
unquote, technically in quarantine.
on one of the days,
Mhm.
you played a song that had some hidden
I don't know if it was hidden. It
had
was
some
pretty overt.
subliminal messages.
Yeah.
What
The
was it?
the lyrics were.
Wait, what is the actual song?
I've been popping pills.
So it's
It's the Rockstar
it's
song.
It's
by
the Post Malone.
Post Malone.
I've been popping pillies and fucking models, and I feel just like a rock star.
Yeah.
But the one for you, the lyrics are.
I'm flying big planes into a building and I'm screaming Allahu Akbar.
And it's got like 500,000
yeah,
views.
500,000 views right now.
It blew up, and then you had another one that did pretty good too. Like, so now you're getting like 2,000 views on every one of them.
Right.
Where before you were getting like 100 or whatever, and then bam, that just hit.
That just hit, and you texted me and was like, "Wow, you were
I
right."
was like,
It
you
hit.
did it.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's the thing with like the TikTok is like I got lucky. Mine, the first one I did hit, and then I was like, oh, okay, I gotta quit doing everything I've ever done and just focus on redneck astrology.
Right.
And so then I did that. But yours, what I liked about yours was you were like, this is my idea. I know it's gonna hit, and I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Well, TikTok is the only social media that I understand, so I kind of get how it works. Like the second one I did that did okay, like 80,000 views. That one I was like, oh, I just noticed when people just duet famous people and shit on them for whatever reason, people like
Who
that.
did you shit on?
Just some random. I like the video too, but it just had 15 million views, and it's just some girl making faces into a camera, and I was like, what's better content, her faces or my hairline?
Yeah.
And then it's that. It's, you
And
know, that's
everybody
simple.
was like, that hairline is dope, dude.
And then I had one video that had 20,000 views in 20 minutes, and they or something like that, and then they took it off for violating community service. Yeah, community
Whoa.
guidelines. So
What'd you do?
they fucked me.
Do you remember?
So do you know that? Do you know the?
Because I just want to say, the key I heard is like the lives. The live stream on TikTok
Really?
is it gets you a lot of followers, and so when we did our first episode here, I set up the live stream for that, and I was talking about how I jokingly said like, "Hey, send me nudes. I don't care. Titties, butts, wieners.
Yeah, we
send
said
it all."
butts a lot.
And so I said dick a butt like over and over and over, and then like 10 minutes into the live stream, they were like, "You're banned from TikTok Live." And now I have a limit. I'm capped at 10 minutes.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
most I can do.
So for me, it was you know that trend where people like drop their shoes and they kick it and they turn into like they dress super nicely.
Yeah.
So we're losers, Jessie. So you
no,
have
you
to
guys are
understand.
so much cooler than me.
Yeah.
She has a dog.
Yeah, that's a Democrat. So I did one where I dropped the shoes and I kicked it, and it's these shoes, so they're like my nicest Jordans.
Yeah.
And I kicked them, and then I was completely naked.
Woo!
But I was covering
Right.
my stuff, right? So, but
You
I
just
was
smashed
naked.
a bunch of kids.
I think that's cool.
Well, I mean, if these fucking 14-year-olds can be half naked on this app, then I could fucking do one for a joke. That's how I felt. I was like, this is a weird double
It's
standard.
silly.
If
Yeah,
kids
it's
can be
silly. It's a
naked.
joke.
It's also like you see a lot more with some of these like people like in bathing suits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you could just see like the side of your butt. Then you
Not even. It's a straight on. All you can see is my legs crossing. My legs crossed over and my upper torso. I'll show you.
Did you do was the timing good on it?
Timing was pretty good. I can let me find it and show you. But yeah.
While you're doing that, Cannabinoid Madrid, we love you too. Thank you so much.
So, Hassan, now that you're so TikTok famous,
I'm not even close. I have very little followers still. Don't get it twisted.
despite that, though, do you talk to people differently now?
Oh, I mean, I know that I'm better than people now, so I carry that.
But
vibe
you've
around.
always known that.
Yeah,
that's what I always liked about you is that you just knew
I am a very arrogant person.
very
so.
early on that
What?
you were better than everyone else.
That's,
You're
I carry
confident,
myself
but
like
you're
that.
nice.
Here's the video.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at. So you're wearing just this t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
Got the nice Jordans. Drop it.
Whoa, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a funny video. And how do they know you're not wearing underwear right there?
I know exactly. That's
That's
what,
the thing.
All
Like-
of that I felt very
Maybe try writing a
shielded.
letter. You ever try writing a letter?
Sure, I'll write to my congressman. see
Yeah.
what
Do
they
you
can
think he should like handwrite
Yeah, to
A letter?
TikTok.
and just be like, I believe there's some bad choices being made?
Yeah, there's power in letters. People forget. They want to do everything on email.
I watched one of your latest TikToks,
Mhm.
and it was I was so horny I had sex with her even though she didn't peg me or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I just saw that
So
one.
you're into pegging.
I've never done it, but I'm not open. You know, it's
That deserves a trumpet.
Oh yeah, well now the timing's gonna be.
No, it's
Can you say it one more time?
yeah. Hold on.
Alright.
So you're into pegging.
well, I've never done it, but I'm not open.
Worth it.
Can you do it a little lower?
Sure, but can you cue it up again?
All right.
So you're into pegging.
I mean, I've never done it, but I'm not worth it. Not
That was the sound of it coming out of your asshole. I could never.
You could never. Well,
No.
Well, Mitch, I'm sad.
And it's
I'm
not
sad that you were closed off the world of experience.
Hold
Mitch.
on. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. It's not like a I ain't gay or I don't think it would feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever think I get that area clean enough to feel comfortable with someone going up in there.
Well, I mean,
Well, a pegging is like a plastic thing.
Yeah, but still, like it. Jason Marino said it went from happy about it to very disappointed with the trumpet. The tone changed so
You
much.
didn't like
I
it down.
think it was great. I think that's the way it should have been to begin with.
Here, do it one more time.
Okay, so you're into pegging.
I've never done it, but I'm not into it.
You know, if you're gonna just play the hell to the chief. But you have had a girl do like a finger.
Oh yes,
Because I've heard that in your bit.
that's in my act. Yeah.
What is
And
it
in
that
your
you say
ass.
you were just very that's in your it's not only in your act, it's
In your ass.
I love how sweet and innocent she is. She can't even say the word ass
Right.
without being like ass.
What were you about to ask?
So like you talk about it in your bit like you've never been that focused on something.
Yeah,
You're like, or something. What is it?
Basically, the bit is it's like I'm in my own head all the time.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm thinking about when there's a finger in my ass? Nothing else.
Did she give you like a fair warning?
No, it was a definite surprise. And but I was like, we're here. I am again open to these experiences, and I was like, let's go.
So she was going down on you at the time?
Yes.
That's how they do it, man. They distract you with the old what's the term for the old fashioned?
Blowjob.
Yeah, I think a hand job is actually an old fashioned. I don't know what a blowjob would be called other than a nice present.
Yeah. A good friend.
Jason Moreno said that's how they do it. They know not to ask.
Right, because if
You know, they're
ask-
always pushing consent on us, but then when it comes to sticking something up our butts, they're like, "Yeah, he'll like it."
I will say this: if she had asked, I would have said no.
Right.
Right, and then I wouldn't have known. Like, oh, this ain't that bad.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much for me. I don't know what's going on down there. I've been walking around all day.
Maybe
Yeah.
you're gay. That's how. You're afraid to find out.
No, I mean, like I get it. There's like
What if you cleaned it out really good?
I would have to. Here's the thing. I would have to do an enema. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
so funny.
like an enema. I'd have to go up in there with like a squirt bottle
Just make sure.
or whatever, and you need to be able to drink that water by the time it's coming out before I'm okay with you going up in there. So I'm like, it's a hard pass for me. But I mean, I will say, like, you push, like, if you put some pressure on the taint,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
you're into that?
that's cool.
Well, then just take the extra step.
Nah, I'm telling you, like,
Take
it's
the
the
extra
poop stuff. Like, there's just.
If she's willing to go back there, I don't think she gives a fuck about the poop. She's aware. She's not like,
Uh,
oh, where did this come from?
I don't know,
there's
man.
poop in your butt.
Yeah. I say give it a shot, Mitch. I say give it a shot. You might enjoy it.
Okay, well, I'll.
That's my big pitch for this episode.
I will
try
do
the
that.
finger up the butt. It ain't bad.
Report back. next
Hassan,
week.
thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
People, what are the different things people can find you on? You got you got Spoil the Beans that you do with Derek Poston.
Yeah, that's the Postin. That's our
Postin?
podcast. It's a movie podcast. Check it out if you like movies.
Real quick,
Mm-hmm.
it's about he's describing movies to you that you've never seen because you've never watched a movie in your life apparently.
Yeah, I grew up super duper sheltered.
What is the most like what's the episode that people should watch to like what was the most surprising movie that you never watched?
I mean, the first episode is Titanic. That's a pretty good place to start. Episode 99, we did Air Bud. That's a pretty good one.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So check out Spoil the Beans, and then are you doing your Dangerous Brown?
Yes, I do Dangerous Brown once a week as
Dangerous Brown. That's actually about poop stuff.
well. I'll talk about it.
And
This week I'm going to talk about how to, get a happy ending from a massage parlor. I'll go step by step and tell you guys how to do
just
that.
pay for it.
No, but there's a certain way you can't just go in. You got to show them that you're, willing to do.
All right, Hassan, thank you so much for coming on. Dangerous Brown, TikTok, Dangerous Brown.
TikTok is Dangerous Brown 69, Dangerous Brown podcast, and Spoil the Beans.
All right, there you go. Thank you, Hassan. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Thank you very much.
What did you think about that?
So good.
Pretty good, huh? He's
I'm
into butt
really
stuff.
worried about our next guest.
Why are you worried
Just
about
kidding.
that?
I tried to do a little callback.
This next, our next guest on the show, he is. I mean, a lot of people just say just one of the sweetest guys that they know. For me personally, just one of the kindest and gentlest humans. Okay, normally the guests wait until you.
Get these goddamn Habibs out of here.
Okay.
What am I,
not-
SEAL Team 6?
We're not.
Coming in after the Arabs?
That's not. He's not Arab. He's from Bangladesh.
What?
Also, I'm
it's,
pretty sure he's just American.
it's all the same to me because I'm a real patriot from the great state of Ohio, from the greatest country on the planet, the United States of America, the home of the greatest president of the United States that's ever lived, old number 45, Donald J. Trump. That's right.
Yeah, Erwin Papa, you're right. It is Tony Hinchcliffe, everybody. The trumpet really is the most unnecessary.
No, it's the most necessary. It's the best.
I could do a trumpet.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
done with you. You're so replaceable.
You don't know anything
Oh,
about
come
it.
on, you be nice. That's the goddamn jet ski right there.
I have 3 trumpets at home. I'm bringing
Whoa.
one. I'll clean one. I'll bring it next week. Let's see. Put your money where your mouth
My
is.
favorite trumpet is a Donald trumpet.
Yeah.
Good to be here. It's me, Tony Hinchcliffe. Hey, whoa, what's up?
People know you from the Kill Tony show. That is the what is it? Something live. It's the number one.
Oh yeah, like you don't know.
No, it is. I wanted to make sure I said it right.
Yeah.
It is the number one live streaming podcast in the world.
We're the number one live podcast. in the
Number
world.
one
That
live-
means a podcast in front of a live audience.
Oh, number one live podcast.
the
Got it.
number one live podcast.
And I know
in the
that
world.
is true because I've been a door guy working at the comedy store and seating all of your fantastic fans
Would you say thousands and thousands of fans?
over the time. Yes. I
Yes.
mean every show 300 people easily.
Easily.
And then I mean that's thousands and thousands. That's 6 shows.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
You're goddamn right. I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here. This is the Comedy Store, the greatest comedy club of all time.
But where we're spending most of our time these days is
On
the golf course.
The golf course.
Today I was playing behind you. There was you were in a foursome, and then I was with another buddy behind you guys. Caught up to you around I think it was the 15th hole maybe, and I said, Tony, how you doing? And you go, having the best game of my life. And then I proceeded to watch you hit it onto the other fairway. The next, did you get in your head?
And then I got it back.
You did get it
and
back.
then I got it right back. I like that you mentioned the one bad shot you saw me take, Mitch.
Yeah, before the show, Mitch was like, "Wait till you see me get."
You should have
Tony with
seen.
this."
You should have seen Mitch out there fucking losing weight.
Every hole, it was just another pound of sweat coming off of me.
You should have seen that he wore pants today.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
Yeah, why'd you wear pants?
Okay. You know what? First of all, hold on, real quick. This is our podcast. It's not his. You don't gotta fucking jump on. You can be with me on this. Okay.
I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
trying to save you and help you. You shouldn't be wearing pants to golf.
Well, so normally we get to play with carts.
Yeah.
And then today we showed up and they were like, guys, from 11:30 to noon, there's no carts available, and our tee times were 11:30 and 11:40.
Mitch started crying. He just fell on the ground and started crying like a big baby.
I don't want a cart.
Oh my god.
And then Richie like fucking slipped the guy
Yeah.
at 20, and he gave me a pool cart.
Oh my god. Unbelievable.
You guys played with my boyfriend, and he came back and said, "Man, it was so hot today." And I was like, "Oh my god, I hope Mitch is okay."
So me and your
Yeah.
boyfriend, we both drank 4 liters of water each, and neither one of us pissed while we were on the course.
We had the same conversation in the group ahead of you.
Not
None of
good.
us peed. None of us had to pee. It was so fucking hot today that our bodies just sweated it out.
I mean, you must have had a fucking dope ass time though, because you had Jimmy Schubert.
And
in your-
I mean, he had us doubled over before we even started. When we were
talking
waiting
about his
for
fucking Bluetooth speaker.
Oh my god! No, he told that too, but he told us about this audition that one of his buddies went on for a commercial, and in the commercial you have to take your shoes off. This is Jimmy Schubert's story, so I just want to give him credit, and I might not do it justice, but he was telling us the story of his buddy. Went on a commercial audition, and for the commercial, you have to take your shoes off. Really easy audition. You have to take your shoes off, make your feet dance, and that's it. So like you bounce your feet around, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right? So the guy goes to the audition. It's in New York. It's a hot day, right? He leans over to untie his shoes, and he lets out the longest fart, right? And like it's just totally embarrassing, but he makes his feet dance, and he's so embarrassed that he walks out, and he goes down the elevator, gets down to the lobby floor, and he was in such a hurry to get out of there that he realized when he was in the lobby that he forgot to put his shoes back on. So he had to go back up into the audition room, and like the audition people like have their heads hanging out the window, like they're like, it smells like shit in here. And the guy knocks on the door. He's like, "Excuse me," and they're like, "What the fuck do you want, dude? You just fucking farted." He's like, "Oh, I left my shoes.
I would have just had to fucking buy a new pair of shoes.
Oh, I know.
man.
No.
That's what I said.
Let me ask you.
By the
this.
way, you ready for this? He booked the commercial.
Get the
He
fuck
books
outta
the
here.
commercial, and he recognizes one of the executive producers at the shoot. He's like, "I gotta ask you, what the hell made you guys book me?" And the executive producer's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? That was we laughed about that for a week straight. We couldn't even breathe. We were dying of laughter. The guy farted, and then he had to come back and get his shoes."
Oh my god.
And by the way, I don't even know how he brought that story up. He had me and Richie fucking laid out dying of laughter.
I have problems with farts. Whoever this guy was, like, I don't do it. Like my girlfriend, we've been together for a couple months. She's never see me fart.
Have you heard her fart? Yeah, that's a yes. You heard a little toot out of the
Also,
boot.
you don't usually see a fart.
I said, but she's never seen me fart. Okay, she's never heard. You know what?
Semantics.
This never ends well, by the way, these relationships where you don't fart in front of the other person, because eventually
Well, I
like, you're
shit
going to
in front
make
of
her
her
laugh.
with the door open.
You did?
What?
No,
Oh.
that would be insane. That would be insane. But I was gonna ask you, like, how long? Like, when is what's your fart date? Like, do you have like we've been together for a month?
I'm a one-night stand farter. Night one. If you can't handle the stink, then you're not going to get that ink. That's what I always say. It doesn't make
Get
sense.
that ink?
but-
You
Yeah.
guys
that-
getting matching
Yeah.
tattoos?
Yeah. It's my second date maneuver is get tattoos.
I know. I'm gonna do your favorite thing. I'm gonna read some of the comments
Oh
real
God,
quick.
who cares? what these people have
Shanzo,
to say?
well, you should, because Shanzo say he's got his Kill Tony tickets for Boston,
yeah, it's being rescheduled.
and it says March, but he
That's
says it
it's
might
gonna
not happen.
It'll probably happen in March. I mean, it just depends on whether or not they figure out this global pandemic.
And then Santos says he can't wait to see your show live. I mean, you have tens of thousands of viewers streaming, like they watch it live,
Yeah.
and then people, like, you sell out clubs across the country. Do people come up to you and go, "Man, I love watching it online, but like this was just so much more incredible."
Yeah, it's like 1,000
live
times better
experience.
live. Yeah, that's the whole thing with this show is they like it on the internet, and they watch every episode, but seeing it live is. I mean, it's like going to a concert. It's like, oh, I really liked your music video that I watch every week for 2 hours a week, and then they get to watch you do a concert.
When did you start? Well, first of all, when did you start stand-up comedy? How many years ago?
2007.
Okay, so
You want to hear a story about
we've
my
actually-
first buddy? Now I want to have the best story of the show because when I walked in earlier, you said that's the best story I ever heard in my life. So
and
now-
you got one better?
I don't know because I didn't get to hear his whole story. I just heard the end, and I just heard you say that's the best story I've ever heard in my life.
I
So
mean, it was pretty good.
I didn't hear it. I loved Josh, but I'm a competitive guy.
I
and
know.
I
That's
want
why I love
to,
hanging out with you.
and I want to see if my story moves you a bit.
Okay.
So, here's the story. It's
Great
2007. I had just gotten a job at the Comedy Store. I had been working here like 3 or 4 months, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a promising young rising comedian, according to a lot of people. I had
Right.
just started hosting. Like, that was unheard of to only be here a few months and to be hosting regularly.
You were hosting the potluck?
Yeah, like
Okay.
every other weekend, I was the host, and like
I-
everyone else was paid regulars and this and that. It was a big deal. They were building me up to be a host.
Yep. Okay.
Anyway, so I'm happy. I'm working the phones during the day. I'm working the door at night, and I got to host the open mics here. Anyway, so I had a friend hit me up, the first friend that ever hit me up from where I'm from in Youngstown, Ohio. And he called me. I have this flip phone. I'm broke as shit. I got nothing, man. I'm sleeping on a futon in my brother's living room. He
Yeah.
lives in a 1-bedroom in Burbank. I'm in his living room. For those of you listening that don't know, Burbank's 40 minutes north. It's hot. It sucks. It's where everybody moves when you first get here. It's stupid. Anyway, life sucks, right? I don't have a car. I don't have shit. All I have in this world is my job at the Comedy Store, which I'm positive is going to eventually turn into a career in comedy. Anyway, my friend hits me up. He says, I'm coming to LA. You live in LA, right? I go, hell yeah, I live in LA. He's like, can I stay with you? I just need to stay there 2 nights. I go, okay, yeah, sure. You're my first buddy that's ever hit me up. I mean,
While you're living at your brother's,
yeah,
you're on your brother's
I'm like,
couch.
yeah, I'm like, you're going to have
Sure.
to sleep on the floor. He's like, I camp all the time. I'm going to sleep on the floor. No problem. I got a sleeping bag and a pillow. No problem. So I go, why are you coming out to LA? You know, what's bringing you out here? He goes, I'm coming out there to win The Price is Right.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm like. I'm like, I know how these TV shows work, but I didn't say that, you know?
Can I
didn't-
just say something?
I didn't want to be a negative Nancy.
For the people watching who may not know, like the Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, those are shows that you get selected for. You like send in a tape or whatever. The Price is Right. You're standing outside to get in as an audience member, and then there's something about you.
Hundreds of people.
Hundreds of people.
Cattle call,
You're in the audience, and then they call you up randomly,
Right.
Because they just not only I'm gonna win, but just to even think that he was gonna get on,
Right.
crazy.
Right. So that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to be a negative Nancy.
You're-
Plus, this friend is like,
Wait, when did that change?
this friend has. All right, there you go.
When you got
play
all
right
that
into
money.
play right into the internet branding. Anyway, so I'm thinking to myself, that's hard, but I don't want to shit on his parade, right? He's gonna come out to LA. It's fun. He's a good energy friend. He's one of the good guys, right?
Right.
He lives in Hawaii. Fucking climbs trees and gets coconuts out and drinks coconut water.
Coconut's friend is a monkey, by the
It's
way.
fucking unbelievable. Anyway, so hear me out. So eventually, like 3 weeks later, whatever, he comes to LA. Okay, I introduce him to my brother. I go, hey man, I'm working at the Comedy Store tonight. If you want to come, I could there's like an amazing show. I could sit you in the back. It's like crazy. Like Bobby Lee from Mad TV. He's like, fuck yeah, dude. He's like, you work at the That's so cool. Blah blah blah. I'm working the back door all night, right? And he's standing next to me. Okay, now this is the first friend that I've ever had come to LA.
Right.
So I'm introducing him as my friend Anthony from Youngstown, Ohio. And it's an even smaller family back then. And all the guys are like, holy shit, Anthony from Youngstown. I've heard a lot about your city. Tony's the man. He's doing crazy stuff. What brings you to LA? You know, they all stopped just to basically be nice and ask that one question.
Uh-huh.
He looked all of them in the eyes. Every single one of them, and goes, I'm here to win the Price is Right.
And all of the comics have probably gone to the Price is Right. It's just
And
something that you do.
And it's even a more negative, pessimistic, skeptical time than it is now, like by far back then. All the other employees and shit in 2007 were like, this place is going to be a fucking parking lot in 6 months, bro. Like, that's the vibe here.
Yeah.
And the comedians, you know, they're just realists. So, like, Bobby Lee, it's a big deal to meet Bobby Lee, especially in 2007 when there's no other comedians here, fresh off of Mad TV. And even Bobby, you know, Bobby's like, hey, oh, fuck yeah, man, Youngstown, fucking cool. What are you doing in town?
I'm here to win the Price is Right.
Oh, okay, dude. Good luck with that. You know, so it's like that. Every single person. Sebastian Maniscalco walks up. Oh, wow, you're from Youngstown, huh? What brings you to town?
I'm here to win the Price is Right.
Are you fucking kidding me? So one after one after one after one after one. So we have a great night.
Wait.
Yeah.
There's got to be one more. Like Andrew Dice Clay?
Sure, Dice popped in. And fuck, Tony's friend. Are you fucking kidding me? What are you even in town? What are you gonna be, a comedian?
I'm here to win the Price is Right.
Get the fuck out of here. So anyway, it's 2:30 a.m. We have a grand old night, right? We have a great time, and then we go home, right? We fall asleep. I'm on the futon. He's halfway in the fucking kitchen because it's a tiny little apartment in a sleeping bag. His alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m., right? It's retarded. You got 2 hours
He's
of sleep.
Get up, run 8 miles to get ready.
It's 2 hours of sleep, but he has the car. You know what I mean? I remember he had a little fucking white car, blah, 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 like an old Pontiac. And that was one of like the perks of him coming, was to me, not only do I get to see a friend for 24 hours,
car.
but he drove his car out here. And so I got rides to the Comedy Store and back to Burbank each night, which was awesome. It's a special perk.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he leaves at, we'll say 4:30 a.m., right? I sleep, okay? I wake up at like 10:30, my cell phone's ringing, right? This old janky Verizon flip phone, okay? I answer it. He goes, Tony, you up? I'm like, yeah. He goes, come outside.
No. No.
I walk outside, right? And I see he's in the same car that he left in, right?
Wow. Okay, good.
But as he pulls up, he's holding this little white piece of poster board. He's holding it right up to the driver's side window as he pulls into the driveway. And across that white poster board says $47,584. This motherfucker.
$47,000.
This motherfucker won the Price is Right.
Holy shit.
So check it out.
And luckily he won because he got a parking ticket that day, and that's where the $47,000 went to.
What is that?
Parking tickets in LA.
Oh, Jesus, Mitch. Way to shoehorn a fucking creepy joke in there. These parking tickets in LA, am I right, people? $47,000 worth. Anyway, so here's the best part. Stop looking at this fucking... You can't even... What are you... You have a problem.
Tell
dude.
your story.
Who cares? What's going on? This is nothing. Look up here. Look at this. Ready for this? So, I'm sorry.
Earlier,
sorry.
can I say really quick before we started, I mean, Mitch was saying that, some people have been telling me I shouldn't be reading the comments. And I was like, who's been telling you that? And he's like,
Jesus. Anybody that makes a living in comedy?
This is a
Anyway,
very interactive show.
So here we go. We're almost to the finish line here because that's not the end of the story.
The $47,000 isn't the big reveal.
It's not the end. The fact that he won, fact that he got called up and then he got on, right? He guessed right out of the 5 people, and then he won his thing, and then he won the Showcase Showdown. He kept his name tag on, of course, as any victor in The Price is Right. And guess what he had to do that night?
What?
He had to come back to work because I'm working another fucking backdoor shift.
And everyone's like, "Hey, did you win the Price is
Hey,
Right?"
how was The Price is Right? And you know what he said.
I won the Price is Right.
And the look on all of these skeptical, pessimistic comedians' faces was the most priceless shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. These guys were all maybe making fucking, maybe a few $100 a week. And their follow-up question was, well, how much did you win? $47,584. And like, you just literally saw their soul just fucking go straight up out of that parking lot.
Zach points out though that after tax, that's only about $29,000.
Oh, that's great. That sounds like a real smart comment there. Way to contribute.
it sounds like someone who doesn't have 29,000.
Yeah, well, like if you make a bunch of money, then you have to pay more taxes.
Fucking idiots.
I do have one question though. You said this is your friend from Hawaii that climbed trees to get coconut.
Drink
How did he drive his car over here from
No,
Hawaii?
this was before he moved out. He lives in Hawaii now. He lives in Hawaii.
He
now.
took his
Bro.
prices right when he moved to Hawaii.
Yes.
That's
Probably,
fucking great.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
But okay. So he won.
He took the Hawaii Bridge.
He won the Showcase Showdown.
The Rainbow Bridge.
The old Rainbow Road. You
What
thought
did
it was
he-
just on Mario Kart. It's a real thing.
What did he spin on the wheel? Did he
He-
hit the dollar?
Fuck, did he hit $1?
I mean, because if you hit $1, that's 1,000. Then if you hit it again, that's 10,000. So that would definitely go towards 47.
No, I
can
think he
see
hit
that.
like 90, 95.
What? Haley won the.
Oh, wow.
So one of the managers here at the Comedy Store, his wife won the wheel.
Wow.
She won $10,000 on that.
Wow.
I gotta go back.
Sounds like the story about a woman who definitely didn't win the Showcase Showdown.
I went and I messed up. I told them I was a comedian. And like you won't get picked
Right.
if you do that. But some interesting people have been on there. What's his name? Paul from
That's how Drew Carey got the job. He told them he was a comedian. They're like, no, you're not. Come on in. I'm kidding. Just kidding, Drew.
what's the guy from Breaking Bad? Aaron Paul?
Yeah.
He was a contestant on The Price is Right one
wow.
time. And then there was a comedian, I can't remember his name, but he told him he was like some skateboard Buddhist guru or something, and he went on mushrooms. And if you can like look him up and watch his appearance, he is fucking gone.
Can you do any impressions?
No, my mom's from England. I can't even do a British accent.
Really? You have a British mother?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Wow.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I can say me mom's from England, and that's
Wow.
that's about as good as I
crazy.
can get.
And
Maybe-
so your dad must be like super American because you seem just like a real you seem like you have a Dodge Ram.
I have a Jeep Wrangler,
Whoa.
1998 TJ with the 4.0 inline six.
I can't do impressions either, but I once won an impression contest on the local radio station when I was like 10 or 11.
Who are you doing an impression?
Darth Vader.
Wait,
Whoa,
hold on.
let's
Yeah.
hear it. Now we have to
hold
hear
on.
it.
A 10-year-old won a Darth Vader?
So check this out. So I was obsessed with radio when I was younger, and we had this station called Hot 101, and I'd always listen to it when I was waking up for school.
What were the numbers?
What were the what?
The
Hot
number.
101. Hot
Oh
101.
yeah. 101.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking?
Yeah, it was Hot 101. Just dial on up to 106 and listen to Hot 101.
98.7 Hot 101. We round up.
Yeah. We round up. Hot
Okay, look, this is
101.
it's a long show. Okay, I'm allowed to make a mistake at some point.
That's what it is. I hear Rogan say that all the time when he's doing 4-hour-long podcasts, by the way.
Yeah, but he does it so much, you know. Yeah, go back, watch some of those early.
You should see
Joe
Joe,
Rogan
when he's
episodes.
good, when he's gawking at fucking buffoonic type.
Hey, don't. These are good people.
Mm-hmm.
These are good people. Oh, Christopher said he probably played Plinko. That's how he got the money.
No, he didn't play Plinko. That's what any.
That's
simple
the game,
mind would
though.
say. No, he had to change the thing where you change the prices and
Yeah.
like you have to like guess it and then you hit the thing and it tells you how many you got wrong.
Do you know? So for the showcase, did he just say, "Give me the money"?
What?
Because you know you get all the prizes. You can get like a camper, a trip to somewhere, all
Sure.
this.
No,
Or-
they make you take that.
I don't
shit.
think so.
Yes,
I think you can
back then they did.
do like a cat. So he had to take all that shit.
Well, you didn't take it. They ship it to you. It's a whole hassle, it turns out.
Whoa.
Yeah, because you have to pay taxes on all that stuff too.
Anyway, so I'm 9 or 10 years old, and the new
my
Star Wars movie's coming out, The Phantom Menace or whatever.
You're only 9 or 10.
Yeah. Right? When did that come out?
I-
Can you use this iPad for anything other than reading what fucking mentally challenged
Yeah,
people
I-
are typing to
I
you?
can do. They're not meant. These are good people.
These
You
are
gotta-
these are the loneliest
They are
people
not.
on the
No.
planet Earth right now.
Phantom.
Listening to the show is one thing. Trying to contribute is an entirely.
They're
another
not
thing.
lonely, Tony, because they're with us.
That's right. They are having the time of their
When
lives
did that
right
come
now.
out?
The Phantom Menace came out
94, 95?
1999.
99.
So I was
Yeah.
19.
Damn. Okay. So maybe I was.
Yeah,
damn.
I was 9.
Maybe I was 14 or 15. Anyway, so I'm 14 or 15. The Phantom Menace is coming out. And that's weird. Really? 99?
Maybe it was just they announced that they were gonna do
He's
it.
like,
I
I
think so.
was
Maybe it
21.
It was-
Anyway, so I'm 14 or 15. I call the radio station and I'm like, they're like, Hot 101. Because they're like, anybody, whoever does the best Star Wars impression of any kind wins a special Star Wars prize. And they're like, Hot 101. I'm like, hello, I am Darth Vader. And they're like, okay, we're going to put you on hold and we're going to bring you in a minute. And then like they just went dead. I'm like, oh my God. I start like sweating. My heart's
get
beating out of my
nervous?
chest. Oh, beating out of my chest. And, you know, I hear they're on commercial. I'm like listening to the radio. They come back on. They're like, all right, the Hot 101 Star Wars contest is happening, and let's check in with this person. It's like a bad Boba Fett or something. They're like, all right, better luck next time. And then they hear it on the phone. They're like, hello, Hot 101. And I'm like, yes, it is me, Darth Vader.
It's still not a great impression
Right.
to this day.
Right, but back then it was better. I was
You're
doing
like,
better.
"Holy shit."
Over the phone in 99, it's different. Right, yeah. 10-4, I'm Darth Vader here,
Over and
reporting for duty. Anyway, so I'm like, hello, I'm Darth Vader, and they're like, wow, how old are you or whatever, blah blah, or who, what's going on? I'm, whatever. I can't remember
You're
what they said.
14, but you
They're
said
like,
I
I'm
want to
10.
win your contest.
Yeah, basically, no. The question was like, they're like, what's going on out there in the galaxy, Darth Vader? And I'm like, domination. I'm, destroying
Oh
good
my-
people and blah 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 blah.
He actually wasn't
And they're
even
like-
doing an impression.
That's the whole Mitch. Stick with me here. The whole point is that it's a bad impression. So
No, I'm saying that's just you. You're like just world domination, just trying to take over the world.
yeah, it was just me and my voice. Well, I'm just dominating the world. Anyway, so they're like, well, good news. You just won a Darth Maul inflatable chair. You won the contest. What's your name? And I go, I am Darth Vader.
You're like the Daniel Day-Lewis of
Yeah.
phone
I
competitions.
stayed committed. I had a learning disability, and I stuck with it. I did not know they were asking for my actual name. I thought they still didn't know who I was doing an impression of. I am still Darth Vader. Anyway, that's the whole story. Any of these stories register higher?
I think they're great. Yeah,
You keep that chair?
Jason.
You got that chair?
Yeah, it's
I
in his,
did,
it's
but
in
it
his
was-
condo here in Hollywood.
It was so stupid. It was just the dumbest chair. It sat around forever. And then
I won a competition, but I was only 16, and
was
they
it
were.
a hot dog eating competition.
It was a radio contest. It
Oh.
was just calling in
Yeah.
at the certain time, and I called in, and they were like, "You're caller number 9. You won. Just hang out." And then they were like, "Hey, so you're 18 years old, right?" And I was like, "No, I'm 16." And they got mad at me. They were like, "Why did you do that? We got to do the contest over now. We can't give it to you." And I was like, "Well, one of my parents," and they were like, "That's not how it works." So I fucked up.
Wow.
That was 93.7 the beat.
I'm surprised
Ooh.
they had so much.
Oh no,
integrity.
95.5 the beat.
I'm surprised they had so much integrity not to just give it to your parents.
You would think that,
Yeah,
right?
like, no.
I might be making this up.
Do you
I
remember
really
the
don't
jingle of the beat? Do you remember like the radio station jingle?
No. I'm trying to think. So I had 3 stations I listened to: 98.7, 95.5, and then 93.7.
Do you remember any of their jingles?
I don't.
Hot 101.
That was every jingle.
You just put the word "hot" in front. 95.5 the beat. That's how they said it, I think.
95.5 the beat.
Okay.
You know I do a lot of voiceover work.
You know what I wanted to ask you, Tony?
Darth Vader. Radio
What is the
jingle.
secret to creating a successful podcast?
It is me, Darth Vader.
Can you do the whole Kill Tony on Monday as Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you,
here.
that would be awesome.
I was trying to get to this question earlier. So you started comedy in 2007.
Yeah.
When did you start the Kill Tony show?
What was it? 7.5 years ago. 2013. June 2013.
Okay, so you were 6 years in, and you were like, I can break down people's comedy.
Yeah, and the funny thing is back then I thought that we were late to the podcast game. I was like the last guy
wow.
out of the entire Rogan crew to start a podcast. Everybody already had one.
Who was the Rogan crew at that time?
Same. Ari Diaz, Duncan Trussell, everybody that's in it now was in it then, except for Brendan Schaub was a UFC fighter.
Right.
It hasn't changed. I mean, who's been at it? I don't know. Like Whitney,
But
Annie.
you started yours after all of them.
Yeah.
But and were you weren't live streaming it at that point yet, were
We
you?
started live streaming it
Oh, you
immediately.
did?
Yeah, episode 1 was live streamed.
And that was you and Red Band.
Yep.
At what point? And so you start off. You're like, we're gonna have comics do. Everybody's hungry for stage time.
Here's what happened is that I wanted to do a podcast using, what I liked to do and what I was good at. And the 2 things that I liked to do were making fun of people and, I'm a big fan of the art form. And so I liked punching up and helping people sometimes here and there. It was something that I would do as a host in the OR.
Yeah.
Is I would say, if you said that joke like this, da-da-da-da-da-da, and then the crowd would laugh harder than they did for that the way that person did it. And I'd go, see, you could have gotten that laugh. And
Right.
so I wanted to take everything that I was doing hosting down here.
So you were helping, but also showing that you're better than them. at
Well,
the same time.
absolutely. Yes, for sure. Better than them. Absolutely. That's a big part of it.
I'm winning.
Huge.
I'm winning at life.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
And it was just do 1 minute, be punchy, bam, 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 and then we'll give you notes and talk about it.
Yeah, and then I realized that it had sort of like a little bit of a Carson effect. That you give them a minute to stand up, and then you interview them about their normal lives. Try to sort of give a Howard Stern-esque interview and dig up some dirt on them,
Right.
find out what makes them special, and the rest is history.
What do you think has been so? Obviously, there's the guy that killed his ex-girlfriend.
Jesus
Oh, yeah.
Christ! 1 out of 10,000 guess.
But what for you has been one of the more memorable guests?
You mean pulled out of the bucket? I mean, we've found
Yeah,
monsters.
not a panel.
We've
guest.
discovered monsters on
Malcolm
this show.
Hatchett,
The
I
great
was here-
Jet Ski Johnson over there is a Kill Tony find.
Yep.
Preacher Lawson, who went on to
Preacher
place-
was?
Yep.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
not realize that. So Preacher, who went on to get second, or he was one of the
Yeah.
finalists on
And
America's
you want to
Got
know what I
Talent.
told him when I saw him perform for a minute on Kill Tony the first time I saw him?
Did you tell him that
You're
he
going to
should-
be a fucking star.
Yeah.
You are a star. I don't ever say this, and I mean it. You have everything that it takes. You're the next Eddie Murphy, blah, 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 blah. Now the guy's performing in theaters. The dude with the stutter,
Drew Lynch.
Drew Lynch, Kill Tony, fine. Malcolm Hatchet.
Drew Lynch took his 15 minutes, turned it into 45.
William Montgomery has a huge fan base. Michael Lair is like the greatest story of all time.
Yeah.
David Lucas, Monster. All these people that I've named now have extremely good managers and agents. Like top of the line signage.
Well,
Right.
not
And
me,
Jet Ski
but-
would too. If there wasn't a global
If it didn't-
pandemic, she was like 3 weeks away from.
Yeah,
Sorry, Jessie, that happened.
that's okay. I represent myself.
How do you like being a part of the? Oh, Jesus Christ! How do you like being a part of the Kill Tony band?
I love it. I really do. When I got the full experience of watching the show and then coming out to sign up and see it live. Like
you
were
came
talking-
out on the show.
Yeah,
You
I'm
told
gay.
everyone you were gay.
No, like you guys were talking about earlier. It's like seeing your favorite band. It was so cool, and then I got pulled up first. And
Are you nervous? Are you upset that Tony's gonna move to Texas?
well, he's bringing us all with him. We're all gonna live in his house.
That's true. We don't know when and how and if and all those things.
Do you think that's something you would really want? I mean, come on. You want to leave Los Angeles?
I don't want to leave Los Angeles. I'm going to keep my place here and have places everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh.
people moving to Texas, like Rogan's gonna have multiple houses.
Yeah.
He can fly here whenever he wants to do a set.
And
I
I,
guess
I,
this-
I can fly with Rogan anytime I want to. I can get on a jet anytime he comes here to interview Steven
Jo-
Spielberg or fucking Elon Musk. I get to get on that jet if I want to.
Joe is gonna have his own plane for sure now, right? Like he's
I mean,
gonna like.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
that's
is-
the first thing I would get.
He already has a. We've actually been traveling as of late in a hot air balloon made of elk skin. So
that he killed the elk and,
Yep.
and made it out.
there's little
by hand
arrows.
himself.
There's arrows hanging out of the skins.
Now, is the balloon part the skin or the basket?
the
Balloon part's the
Okay.
skin. The basket is made of arrows that are intertwined.
and bone.
Yeah, and
And
the
bone.
bone of the animals.
Jesse told me something that I didn't know about you though. There is a softer, kinder side to you. You have a dog.
Yeah, you're goddamn right. I have a dog.
I love that you had to come in hard though.
I've had dogs my whole life.
What kind of dog is it?
She's a mini pincher. Her name's
Those-
Mallory, named after the female in Natural Born Killers.
You're right.
There's
He is
a
so,
theme.
so soft and sweet.
There's a tone.
I see it.
You
the
know I'm
mini-
soft and sweet, Mitch. I don't know why you play into this internet persona.
you
Yeah, you're a bad guy.
I'm not saying you're a bad guy. You're a tough guy. You're
I'm a fucking man,
Yeah,
Mitch.
see?
Everybody
Tony's
everybody
like
knows.
He's like a coconut.
Yeah.
what is it?
Hard
Hard
on
exterior.
Hard on the outside.
Really hard to open up, but
Sweet on the
sweet
inside. That's right. Hard to crack, but once you do, nothing but good.
Miniature pinchers are dope ass dogs. Though.
Oh, she's the fucking queen bee, dude.
I had one many years ago.
I let my dog go buck wild on me every time I see her. Just absolutely, we basically just fucking make out. It's pretty wild.
oh, you're telling me that making the fart noises to the dog.
Oh yeah.
My dog loves that.
I know.
If she's going crazy, we'll just start making fart noises, and then she'll stop dead in her tracks and be like,
It's the
"What
craziest
fuck
thing.
is
If
that?"
I ever need Mallory's attention,
Yeah.
like if she's like outside and super distracted and like I need her to do something, the only thing that works is I'll be like, Mallory, Mallory, Mallory. And she won't turn around. I'll be like, she's literally like, every time she's like, what the fuck? It works.
I can't believe I just learned that. I'm so
That
glad
also
you told
works.
me
A
that.
fun fact, it works on dogs and it works on Red Band.
Yeah, Red Band. He's like, what? Who did that?
It also it works on rednecks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you did it, I was like,
Red
Yeah,
Band
you
and
went-
I
Rednecks.
was like, I don't need these comments.
Red Band and Rednecks would be a show. You should do that with them.
Red band and redneck.
No,
Red
don't
band and the
replace me.
redneck.
Yeah.
I'm like Mitch's Red Band right now.
No, we got. We were trying to call this show Mitch and the Bitch.
And I'm Mitch.
No, you're not. I'm Mitch. That's why it won't work. She refuses.
You guys
to
have a
embrace-
great chemistry. Jet ski is I can say with no ego, no doubt, since we're talking a lot about Kill Tony, one of the greatest things to ever happen to Kill Tony.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty
so nice.
impressive.
That's nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's the evolution.
And can I say Kill Tony is one of the greatest things to ever happen to me.
Well,
Oh,
look
God.
at that. That's called complete synergy and
I
satisfaction.
did have one question for you that I was gonna do like when it was just us, but we ran through all the guests and everything. But Tony's here. I don't think he minds talking to you a little bit.
He's like,
This
says
is-
that really nice thing, and he's like, fuck, this is my interview.
This is
Let's do it.
one thing. You have such a kind persona. There's one thing like there's like a stereotype about women that when they have their periods they act like bitches.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Do you get a bad attitude once a month?
I get bad
or do you
attitudes.
just don't have periods?
No, I'm a woman.
I thought you were a little girl.
Periods are people don't know enough about them. PMS is premenstrual.
Right, it's before.
So before the period,
Uh-huh.
watch out. I'm just kidding.
do you just turn into a monster?
No, I get really irritable. Like I stopped smoking, but when I first quit smoking a couple years ago, it was kind of that same kind of irritability where I just everything annoys the hell out of me. But then like on my period, I'm in pain.
On the period,
Yeah.
not before.
How long does the PMS part last for? Like 2 days?
Yeah, a day, 2 days.
And then how long does the pain part last for?
Same, like 2 days.
Oh.
So you have 2 days before where you're irritable, and then 2 days during where you're in pain.
Yeah.
So you just got 4
and
days.
then it's just annoying. You're going to the bathroom. You're like, I gotta clean this up, and I try not.
Mitch has belly aches like 15 days a month, so it's not that bad. Peppers and onions do it to me.
But also, sometimes I feel like I'm tripping when I'm on my period, which I might need to get looked
like
at.
like you hallucinate or something.
Yeah, like the walls kind of breathe, and I feel kind of
Dude,
lightheaded.
That don't sound bad.
Yeah, you should try it.
Is Earl here yet? Okay, you want us to wrap it up then? All right, tight.
Oh.
There's another show scheduled for 10 o'clock.
Oh, shit.
It's 10:02.
Oh, shit.
You had that was a great story. The Price is Right.
Thank you.
It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, that was the best story Mitch has ever heard in his life.
I believe that.
Well, we should do storytelling. We should bring our own stories to the show one day. See if we can have a better story than either Josh or Tony.
Have
Look
the
at
guests decide which one out of you two has the better story.
Oh, that could be a good one.
This way they don't have to tell a story and there's no pressure on them.
Does your brother still live out here?
Yeah, I have 2 brothers that live out here, one in Venice Beach and one in Santa Monica. We are the Hinchcliffes.
Yeah, I know.
We have a lot of fun, man. It's
And
a good
Tony
life.
is a secret
Yeah.
brother.
We
twin
barbecue once a week or once every 2 weeks. It's fucking glorious.
A lot of people ask me if I'm going to leave LA now. I'm just like, I fucking love this place.
I
So.
love LA. It's great. This is my home.
Jason Marino says, even if Tony says I'm pathetic, still a big fan of Kill Tony. So
You're goddamn right
these
you
people
are,
love you.
Jason.
I
And
love
I'm-
these people.
And I'm just kidding. Everybody on the internet's a great person with a special creative energy, and you guys have your dreams, and we all do. And congratulations to you.
Do you want to say anything?
Follow
All right,
me at
everybody.
Jessie.
Thanks for watching the
Yeah,
show.
I know you've been
Be
here.
sure to watch Kill Tony Mondays. It's on YouTube, Kill Tony.
That's right. I also have a Patreon, Roast University, where if you need help making fun of your family or coworkers or anything like that, come on down. For only $30 a month,
Okay.
you can.
Just tell them the Patreon.
It's patreon.com/Hinchcliffe.
And I'm Mitch Burrow on all social media, TikTok, Instagram, and you are...
At Jetski Johnson.
All right. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. Stick
you.
around. Earl Skakel's going to be on here in just a few minutes. Bye. Woo.
Thank you, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.